welcome to Anthony L. Lewis
Epic
Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis
Epic
Entertainment. Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment. What's going on, guys? It's the Cowboy King. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, man, I thought you said you was deviating from the cowboy. What you doing with a cowboy hat? Man, if you can't beat them, join them. So I tried really hard. And when I say really hard, I mean really hard to stop using the cowboy. I literally went 30 days with never mentioning it at all. And the end of the day, I'm gonna make a quick story because I know my guy Josh Rand just asked me, like, dude, what happened to the channel name? So about 2 years ago, I got invited to do a charity event with King Thrash. He's a big channel. You guys all know him. If you don't know him, he literally is big in gaming. He literally knows the guy who created God of War, had him on his YouTube channel and everything. All right. So he invited me to play against him in Tekken, right? It will be the main finale of this charity event, right? They're raising money for kids. It was cool, right? So he said to me, as we're talking, trying to plan it out and stuff, and he said, hey, dude, change your channel name. I said, yeah, all right, whatever. I'm laughing, right? Because I made my channel in 2011. This was about 2 years ago. So over 10 years, my channel name was Now Your Mama Knows. So he said, no, I'm serious. Whenever you come on, people ask me, how do you find the cowboy dude? And he's like, his name is Now Your Mom. I don't know. And so it made me think about it. So almost 2 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to change it. So I went through a lot of changes. I went from Cowboy King of Content, because back then I didn't say King of Entertainment. I went to the Master of Vlogging. I was just really trying to find what fits me and what fits the channel. And I was like, well, it's vlogging, but I do everything. And so, I mean, you know, I decided, okay, when I moved to Florida, I was going to rebrand, used it, my name as the channel name. And so I called it Anthony L. Lewis. Then next thing you know, I called it Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment. Then I changed it to Anthony L. Lewis Epic Entertainment. Then I changed it to Anthony L. Lewis in Real Life. I just wasn't set. I put the cowboy emoji. And what hit me, about 2 weeks ago, I was on Purple Haze show, and we was about to close out the show, and she said, you know, telling people how they can find me. And she just simply said, hey, you want to find this guy? Go check out his channel, and Now Your Mama Knows. And I'm like, I haven't used Now Your Mama Knows since I left New Jersey. Like, why would she even say that? And it just made me think that that's right. Whenever you look up YouTube, Now Your Mama Knows will get you right to me. I've been changing all these different names, and the different names, they haven't caught the algorithm just yet. So, you know, you may or may not find me. And I was like, you know what? That's it. Just go back to Now Your Mama Knows. It literally is my tagline. That's literally one thing I never stopped saying, no matter all these name changes. And I just thought about it, you know what? It encompasses everything. It literally was the idea of my channel back in 2011, and Now Your Mama Knows. So now, why am I wearing a hat? Well, you know, you might see me, you know, start a stream or a, you know, video saying Anthony L. Lewis in Real Life, because I'm looking at it differently. So I can have, you know, Anthony L. Lewis in Real Life, where I might be going places and eating things. I'm still the master of vlogging. I might go on a cowboy hat when I'm streaming or something. It's Cowboy King of Entertainment, because everybody on YouTube still call me Cowboy. Can't get rid of it. Yeah, my gamer tag is all-purpose champ, so that's never gonna change. That's been there before everything. And so it's just interesting. So now I put like the different, you know, the Cowboy King of Content, King of Entertainment, and Now Your Mama Knows, Master of Vlogging, all-purpose champ. It's all the same thing, but under Now Your Mama Knows. So with that being said, and Now Your Mama Knows. Anyway, well, guys, we are here for some wrestling, as I got my boy Seth freaking Rollins on. So we're going to get into it. I'm a big wrestling fan, and lately on the channel, on Tuesdays, 1 week, I've allowed FCat to kind of do his own thing, have his own show, use the channel. Literally, it's his show. What he say goes. I just kind of sit in the back and make sure if you need me to pull stuff up on the screen, pull people in. So that's been kind of cool. A lot of people like it. He's super big in the console wars. I'm not. So I kind of want to deviate myself from the console wars. And people was complaining, oh, you're not going to do it at all. Oh, we used to love coming to your channel. So I said, you know what, FCat, if you want to do it and you literally be the host, but look, tell the people you're going to have your own channel. Maybe do it for 3 weeks as you're building up to people go to your own channel. So, but then every other week, I kind of do my thing. So I just want to call it Anthony L. Lewis and You Epic People. And we just kind of get together and chat and talk and see where it goes. Well, this week, I decided the Royal Rumble just happened, and I know a couple of guys that's into wrestling, and I just want to chat about what happened. So nothing special, just simply recapping the Royal Rumble and see, where we're going with Mania. So with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, you can check out content every day, because I put out one video a day, one vlog, and then I stream on Tuesdays, like I said, and then I stream on Wednesdays, as I call it, We Wrestle Wednesdays, and it's my wrestling league. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and we're gonna get into the stream. So first things first, let me say what's up to you guys in the comments. My man Holt's in the building. Say good evening all. Looks like I got here a bit too early. My man, AKA Energy Crisis. I was like, wait, he said, hello, me too, Holtz. And then Mike is in the building. He said, what's up? I call you Cowboy Mike. And yo, 5-0 Trey is in the building. He just had me re-download Titanfall 2, so we're gonna be jumping on that. Let me see. Old Habits, LOL. Lion's in the building. Say, yo, what's up, Lion? You changing your name more than Diddy? Pause, bro. Tell me about it. But I think I found where I need to be. Right. So I think this ship is gonna stop, and now your mom knows. I think. Guess I'll update my clients while wrestling talk. Let me see. Sayer, what's going on? Say, hey, brother, I want to challenge you in WWE match in real life. I will try to RKO and pedigree you. Listen, man, you want to catch this stunner, and the sweet chin music? Be my guest. Let me see. I call him counselor. Listen, I'm always here for you, brother. Well, with that being said, talk about wrestling. Talk about epic. I got somebody that's in the back that's very dear to my heart, because he is nothing less than epic, and he is a wrestling, he feels like he's a wrestling historian, and I'm not going to knock him, because the lengths and the depth of his wrestling knowledge is nothing less than epic. So we're going to bring in none other than my man, the creator, the founder, the owner of One Mike Media, Mr. Big Mike. Mike, what's up, man?
My God, what's up, man? How are you?
Bro, listen, I'm just excited to sit here and talk to you, because what's cool is we never spoke yet about the Rumble.
No.
So like everybody else I had little chats with here and there to a point, but you and I, we have yet to speak about this Royal Rumble. So this is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be epic, as you would say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and about the thing, man. Yeah, I always like it. Now your mama knows. Happy that you're going back. You got to bring the grandma picture back too, man. For the Now Your Mama.
I had. Well, what's cool is I don't redid my intro like, bro. I want to say 15 times, and so I redid it again and forgot to add it here. So I actually brought the Now Your Mama Knows back, add it with this. So when it goes off, the fire comes up instead of having the last thing. Oh, let me show you real quick. So it's kind of, I can't show you, but check this out.
Yeah.
So where it's saying Now Your Mama Knows, I actually got the flame come up and they go, and now your mama knows, like it used to. So
right, okay, that's cool.
I'll do it later.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It took me a while too, but I finally got One Mike Media. It's kind of like.
You know what's crazy? When you did it too, I was searching just for something, because the thing is with content creation, you want something to just hit. You want it to stick. And I remember when dude said, bro, you got to change your channel. I said, I thought he was joking. I'm like, man, this is what I was set on, and I did for like over 10 years. But then I was like, in my head, like, oh, it's hard for people to find me. Then what does that even mean? But it's kind of like, bro, you make the content and you give it to the people to what you want it to be, and you just gotta feed them, and they'll understand what it means if you're consistent. And so I lost my way a little bit as I was trying.
Now you're back.
But I'll say this: I'm glad I tried, because now I know, like, no, this is it. This is where, this is it. So.
Yeah. That's how I felt about me to, like, this is it. Like, I got my thing or whatever like that. So that's good. Anyway, go ahead. What's up, man?
My man Jeremy said, "What's up, Mike?" Lion said, "Yo, the Rumble was fire. Wanted Punk to win. We're gonna get to all that. Let me see. I will sell Stunner and Sweet Chin Music. Do you accept my challenge? I might accept your challenge. I need some time to think about it. You know. Anyways, so let me pull up. So Mike, we literally had 4 matches. So, do you want to go over the women's or just go in order?
Let's go order. Why not? Yeah, in order.
Okay, cool. So let me do this.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about the tag team match for that. That was the weakest match. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, let's get that out of there.
Yeah, let's get that way. So.
All right, so hold up. I'd like to just have like graphics in the background.
Yeah, sure.
We talk about it. So let's just go to Royal Rumble 2025, and let me see. I think here we go. We'll just put this up. No, that's actually that was that's Logan in there. No, that's not what it was. That's a good picture actually. But here, let me just put it in tag match. 125 tag match. Yeah, because you want to have it in the background. You just put up a picture.
I'm here for you, bro.
I don't think I got a picture of them. Damn, don't tell me they did them like that. The internet don't have a picture of any picture of the tag match?
Put in the name of them. DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns or whatever.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it that way. DIY versus
Motor City. It should pop out just like all that.
You know it's crazy. I don't.
That's weird.
That's crazy.
Very.
Yeah, I mean, I would thought just any picture would have came up.
Yeah.
Let me just put in the whole name. City Machine. Maybe I do that. The internet's supposed to be vast, man. All right, I mean, yeah, this is good enough right here. No, that's not. That's showing Finn Balor in there.
Not Finn Balor. Oh man.
Oh, that's on the Impact. I don't know what that was. Anyway, this showing like old pictures of them. All right, here we go. I got something. All right, this will work. Sorry about that, guys. I just kind of wanted to at least have something up. That'll work. Damn, there we go. That'll work for us, Mike. All right. Anyways.
All right. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. All
right. Okay. Look. So going into this match, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa was a champs, right? And so, you recently been watching it. Johnny turned bad to kind of match Ciampa's energy. Even worse, I think. He was like being sneaky, right?
Yeah.
So, screwed over Pretty Deadly and all that, right? So, it led up to them getting a rematch at the Royal Rumble. I mean, obviously, they were going to do a great job. Like, all the tag team specials, like they do, the combination moves, like Skull and Bone and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they went in, right?
Yeah.
So I think the match was great. I had a problem with the finish, though. So.
Yeah. With who was it? The black dudes.
Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits. Yeah, I like that either. Yeah, I agree.
So what was that about, man?
I think they try to get there. I guess trying to get back in that tag team scene. Let me talk about the match. It was a great wrestling match. Like those four are actually really good wrestlers. But it
Oh,
reminds me of you because like even though it was great wrestling, it wasn't as much like a lot of pop and stuff like
right,
that. Like entertainment wise. But it was great wrestling. You know what I mean? Great wrestling move.
right.
Like Johnny can really wrestle. That whole thing with it where he faked the tag, that was dope. Actually, I was like, that
That
was
was
crazy.
really dope.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was so.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
great.
Yeah, that was cool. I like it as a bag. I don't think I've ever seen it before either. So that was pretty cool. But to the finish, it could have been a better finish than that. I don't think going for like a three-way match with those three, which might be pretty cool. Or if they try to get them back in the tag team scene, Street Profits or whatever. But I don't know. The tag team, it'd be up and down with WWE, man. Like it's never can say like solidly great. I don't know
You
what
know
it
what
is.
it is?
It's missing. You know, real quick, it felt like ever since the Usos dropped the belts, it's been like weak. Whatever. So
I think maybe they need to sell SmackDown as like the wrestlers. Like,
yeah,
right? Like they sell it like, oh, on SmackDown, you're gonna get these wrestling matches, right?
okay,
Um, I think the problem is, again, it's always my issue. I love the wrestling, but I love story as well. And I
yeah,
love how they was pulling. What I really will say, I love how they was pulling Pretty Deadly in, like the whole little story, and they was pulling in Delgado del Fantasma as well. Like that was kind of cool, but I just felt like the end result of you having this rematch, which was cool, but it's like, okay, you're doing that at the Royal Rumble for what? You just like killing time, for it to be on the Royal Rumble, and then for it to finish like that, it's like, okay, you could have let. I guess they didn't want Tommaso and Johnny to lose yet, right? So, and they didn't want to also. I guess they figured out. Because I'm trying to understand the psychology of the writing. Hey, we're gonna have the Street Profits come back, and we'll also be able to do that and make Johnny and them not lose it because they just got it back. So how can we do that? Oh, I know. They'll just run in and attack them.
you know what's weird? Going back to what I said before, 2 years ago, whatever it was, it was the Usos versus Sammy and KO. That was the main event of night one of WrestleMania. That was a tag team title match. It was huge
Right.
when KO and Sammy won. Since then, it felt like the tag team, like nobody cares about the tag team belts like that no more. Like that. So I'm wondering, but at that time, it was it was the universal belts. It was two sets at the time. So you think it's better with one set or two set? What do you think for the belts?
Man, that is a good question. You know what's crazy? I almost think it's better as one because when they had that match, I couldn't remember who the other tag. I was like, yo, I literally was like, wait, is there two tag teams? And I stopped. I was like, wait, who's the other tag teams? I was literally thinking about. It. I was like, oh wait, the Viking Raiders are the tag
Right,
team.
right, 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 right.
I do like when it's more championships because more people get a chance to be a champion. But
Right.
if you make it lackluster, you might as well just keep one. So I don't know. I mean, like for instance, I think SmackDown has the better tag teams.
They
Because
do.
on
Yeah.
Raw, I'm like, dude, who they even got? Just two? They just got the I mean the New Day, I guess they're gonna get back in the tag team picture, right? And then
Yeah.
you got the
The
Vikings, and then
Creed.
you got who are they? What are they?
American
they,
made dudes, the Creeds. They got them too. Or whatever. Yeah.
oh yeah, well they ain't wrestling. They just being
I
like
know.
stupid right now.
Yeah, I
But
know.
maybe on Raw they got that little spark. Like maybe he gave them that little hey. So we'll
Maybe.
talk about that though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I don't know. Just to wrap this up, though. I feel like it might be better with one set because maybe you're going back and forth, like the Usos were challenging or whatever. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know, man. I mean, I know when we were younger, like, during that time with Edge and Christian, Dudleys
Right.
and Hardys, tag team scene was always popping or
Oh,
whatever at the time. But now it just feels like it's just like, whatever. And maybe because these guys themselves are not over individually, like even though Legado del Fantasma, I don't even consider each one of their names separately. Like I don't know who the hell they are really. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I have to stop and think. Yeah, I guess they never even had a name for them.
I'm saying, like I don't know who they are separately. Even Pretty Deadly. It's like they got to get these guys somehow to be over either as a team or individually. Even only one guy stands out.
Making the lower dudes start winning. That's the problem. You look and be like, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win. You just keep looking at other teams that just never win. So it's like,
yeah,
who they gonna beat? The other dudes, who they gonna beat? And
right.
You gotta start making them get legitimate wins.
Yeah.
Energy, I did text it to you. Where do you want me to send it to you? I text you the link earlier. Oh,
he just oh, here we go. Somebody just some of the names. Said Angel Garza and Berto. See, I didn't know that. I can't remember that for Legado del Fantasma. Like,
bro, they need crazy. A name.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up again. Maybe I sent you the wrong link, I guess.
Yeah, you were slacking today with the links, bro.
Okay. You know what it is? I got out and I was like, man, I'm about to jump in the shower. And I was just taking my sweet time. I love hot water.
I feel you. Maybe that's for that one.
Hey, check this one. See if this one worked for you. Here, he should be.
Yeah, the chat. He has they got a couple of tag team stuff in if you want to pull it up, but yeah, it just makes me
what tag teams?
They said they were saying the names and they were saying Jeremy said Angel and Berto for Legado del Fantasma. It's an American made. Yeah.
Wait. Where do you want me to send it to you at then? If you don't want me to send it to you from your phone.
Can't get it from my phone. He says, put it in here. He says.
Yeah. Where do you?
He said, put it in the chat so you can click on it. And
all right. I'll just throw this in chat for everybody.
All
right. So we'll make it open to join the show. Sometimes I don't want to make stuff like this open because then people come in here talking about, oh, remember when Tiger Lee fought? Wait, who?
Yeah.
Man. All right, but guys, you can join the show if you like. All right, so let's wait for him to get in here. But
yeah, but I'm done, man. We can move on to the next, which was the.
I'll wait to he get in here. So
okay.
Guys, coming in is my guy. None other than he was a wrestler of his own. You had to see the epic interview I did with him. Got to see some matches and everything. But my man, Energy Crisis. Let's go. What's up, man? Energy.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. For some reason, my headphones ain't working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
How was work? You went to work today?
Work was yeah. Hang on. I can't hear you in my headphones, but I can hear you on the. I don't want the echo.
Oh, I hate when that happens. I would go to, I guess, the sound right on your on your PC, and you click on it. It should be able to allow you to change it to headphone.
There's always an issue with my chat. I was hoping to get in early so we could avoid that, but yeah, that's all good.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me grab my.
Let me try this. All right, test 1 2, test 1 2.
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, there we go. Whew. All right, now that that's out of the way.
Well, go ahead. I mean, he'll be back, but what are your thoughts of the tag team match from the Royal Rumble, I guess?
Yeah, that one, like you said, it was the weakest match, but man,
it was a good wrestling match, though.
It was a good match, and that first fall, that was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen in a tag team match. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pull that off.
Yeah.
I'm multitasking here too.
Energy, do you think there should only be one tag team?
That one's kind of a mixed bag with me because WWE traditionally has always had a problem booking tag team matches. Sometimes they're really hot with it. Like, back in the Attitude Era, they had a Hardy's, Edge Christian, the Dudleys. Like they had so many teams that at any given moment could be the tag team champions, and the division was exciting to watch. And then there's other times where it's like they're only pushing one team, like the Usos for the longest time were the only team they were pushing. And you kind of knew that nobody was ever going to beat the Usos. And right now, it almost kind of feels like there's so many teams they don't know who to push.
Okay, that's a good call. Because they don't be pushing anybody. I feel like it's all in the wind.
I think that right now they know where they want to go, but I'm thinking it might have been an injury that kind of put a halt to that. Because back in what was it, December, it looked like they were starting to push the Street Profits a little bit, but then all of a sudden, like the Street Profits got jumped by DIY, and they asked Pretty Deadly, "Hey, who did it?" And one of them started to say Gargano, but he got Gar, and the other one was like Garza. Garza did it. And so that started the feud between all of those teams, between the Machine Guns, DIY, Pretty Deadly. Like, yeah, you guys watching our backs, all right, cool. But now Legado del Fantasma's did a kind of sort of pseudo babyface turn by just getting blamed for something they didn't do, you know. Basically, they've been playing it by ear and running all this stuff until the Profits could get back. But I'm wondering if this match wasn't a way to finally push them, because I mean, them two have kind of earned. They've earned the right to have the spotlight shined on them for a little bit.
Talking about Johnny and
talking about Street
Profits. Oh. But now that they're back, it kind of made sense. I had a feeling that if they were going to jump in, they were going to help DIY win the belts, because, hey, you guys are the ones that beat our asses and put us out. No, if we're taking these belts, we're taking them off of you. You're going to pay for what you did to us, kind of thing. And
that might work if they explain it that way, you know.
And Cole did. Michael Cole actually explained that on the commentary. And I was like, okay, for once, the man actually knows what he's talking about.
I think my issue is you get these great matches, which it was, and then the finish sometimes you're just like,
Yeah, that was the real shame of it, because the match itself was pretty solid.
Yeah, solid match.
I would almost rather not bad for the Motor City Machine Guns. I would almost rather it just been a dirty finish by Johnny and Ciampa. By DIY.
Yeah.
Like then it end like that. But it
and then have the Profits come in. Yeah. Because the way that the Profits jumped in there, it almost seemed like they were pulling a heel turn, but then they jumped on DIY too. So it's like, I think they're taking that no fucks to give attitude.
Like, and they can get pushed with that if they win the titles and keep it for several months.
Yeah,
and it's not like a hot potato thing. However, there's still other titles though, a whole other brand. That's why I'm saying I don't know if two.
Yeah, right now you got the War Raiders and the Creeds are about to start a feud.
Because here's the thing: are you ever going to have both tag team belts defended on the same PLE? Probably not.
Apart from a Mania.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Somebody always going to be like second fiddle.
Or SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not. Yeah, but 2 nights. Yeah. So I think it's always going to be like somebody going to be in the background. So right now, you know, it feels like the War Raiders might be, you know, kind of like the lower titles because DIY is on the PLE on the Royal Rumble.
And I was thinking about getting into it later, but one of the questions I was going to ask you as far as like the Mania predictions when we get to that section of the Cowboy, it's like how many belts do they have right now? Like there's going to be you can have like 11 matches with all titles, because you got 4 world championships between the men and the women. You got 4 mid-card titles. You got 3 sets of tag titles. I mean, that's 11 matches right there.
Yeah.
So
no, it's gonna be.
It's on one hand, it's good to have these championships. It's good to have, like, there's always something for somebody to do. There's always a reason for people to be fighting, but at the same time, you got to be careful about oversaturation.
I think you know, to pad out Raw and SmackDown, the tag titles, at the end of the day, it's good that they have their As long as they start working it right with the story. So here's what's cool. The last thing we seen was on the pay-per-view, as far as SmackDown was Street Profits come out and attack. So now we know, okay, that's story, right? And then the last thing we seen was at least what's his name? Chad Gable told his boys, when I come back, I want to see that you guys have those titles. So at least we know we're gonna get story on both ends. So I'll leave it like that. But
they also are really good wrestlers too, by the way. The Creed.
Yeah.
I wish they would push. They really good. I wish they would push them some kind of way.
The problem is they don't have time to push everybody that's got talent.
Yeah.
And which I don't get, because ever since they've gone to Netflix, they've only been running about 2.5 hours. So like you can run 3, you can run an extra match in there. Like nothing's really stopping you.
Yeah.
You can do.
When I was watching last night, I was like, wait, is wrestling was over pretty early?
Yeah, it's been ending right about 9:30 or 10:30 your time.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is it over already? Because I started a little bit late. I was like, what happened to 3 hours? So I guess they don't have as much commercials.
No, they've been running 2.5.
I guess because maybe I watched a little bit later the week before, so in my head I just didn't realize it. But because I wasn't that late, and it's still, and I know, and it was like broadcast ended. I was like, whoa, it's not 11 o'clock.
I think I know where Triple H is going with it too, because I mean he's gotten kind of in that habit of on the 3-hour shows, or the 2-hour shows, the 3-hour shows, booking about 4 to 6 matches. So if you get used to that format and you're telling stories based around that, like if you give yourself more time, then yeah, you've got more stories to tell, but at the same time, you burn through them quicker. So you don't want to leave yourself at a point where 3, 4, 5 months down the road, you've already told all your stories, and you're like, oh shit, what do we do now for this last hour?
Well, I kind of feel like SmackDown is too long, 3 hours. I can't wait to go back 2 hours. Honestly, I feel there's a lot of filler in SmackDown. It takes forever to get over SmackDown. I feel like.
Well, I think SmackDown is going back to 2 hours, right? I think
it's going back in June.
Yeah, in June. Yeah, it was supposed to be 3 hours for 6 months, but I think that's like to get Mania and SummerSlam season kind of telling all those stories, because there was a rumor that once they went to 3 hours, they were going to focus a little bit more on Blair Davenport, because that was the only reason they haven't really done anything with her, is because they didn't have time on a 2-hour SmackDown. But really, the only thing that we've seen her doing is talking to Piper Niven backstage.
All right, well, hold on. Let's wrap. Let's get through the Royal Rumble, and then we'll go into all the other stuff. Sayer, look, we gotta talk about this, man. You could be some crazy dude out there and try to knife me or something, man. And I seen you popped in here, but I don't really know who you are, so I kind of didn't want to pull you on, and then there'd be some shenanigans. That has happened before. So,
there's always shenanigans.
Yeah. I was there when it happened. So
So if you can kind of write me and let me know a little who you are, how long you've been watching the channel, you know what I mean? Let me know. But
next match.
No. Before I go to the next match, my brother wanted me to pitch an idea to y'all.
All right.
So let me pull it up. He was like, "Hey, tell the guys tomorrow." So it has to do with Montez Ford. So he said, tell you guys this is his idea. All right, I think I pretty much got it. Yeah. So he said, and I gave him some pushback, but then as he got into it a little bit, he said, what if they do a kind of Mark Marrow thing with Montez and Bianca? So I instantly said, well, Bianca is way bigger than him. It's going to be
way bigger.
He was like, but just imagine if they showed him every now and then like he gets this whole jealousy thing, or he accidentally pushed her down or something. I was like, bro, she might beat him up. He was like, no, just listen. He was like, if, he's like, she's super popular, but everyone knows they are married in real life. And to get him over, but a he'll take one of your favorite stars, which is Bianca, and he'll be a little mean to her, a little rude to her, and like, kind of like the Mark Marrow thing. And that could kind of like help propel him. People want to see people go against him. He was like, obviously he's got size now. He could be good on the mic. So that was his pitch. He wanted me to kind of pitch that. I mean, he went in more detail, but what do you guys think?
Go ahead, and I'll go next. I got my thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you really need it with them two. I know right before they went out, the Street Profits were kind of like on social media talking about like the possibilities of singles careers and whatnot. And both of them are basically of the mentality of like we don't need each other, like we can do it on our own. But right now, like there's still a little bit more to do as far as telling the story. It seems like Montez is a little hungry. Like it's like he wants to get out on his own, and he's already like planted them seeds a couple of months back.
Yeah.
I think there's other ways to do it. I think there's ways to do that with um, Angelo rather than Bianca, especially like see back when Mark Mero was in, like you could do I don't want to call it a gimmick. You could do like domestic violence story angles, and they would kind of go
Right.
over
I was
like
thinking the same thing.
you could get away with it a little bit more. Like look at like Macho Man back in WCW,
Yeah.
slapping the hell out of his women and whatnot.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been so much backlash. But if you did that same thing today, like you got to be really delicate about how far you push that envelope,
Yeah.
and you always run the risk of turning the crowd. So I would say that it is best not to even take the chance, especially if Tez and Bianca are happily married.
Especially with Bianca. She's so popular.
You don't want to do too much there, and we'll get into it when we talk about the women's rumble. But I already think they're doing a little too much with Bianca.
All right.
I kind of agree with you, Anthony, about the fact that she's so much bigger than him already.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, super over. I don't think that'll work. And I think it actually might be bad because she's basically the female John Cena. She'll make a wish woman. She sees all that stuff. She's never actually going to turn heel. I feel like that as far as Tez is concerned, I know it was this big thing. He got bigger. He's talented. But like 2 years ago, I feel like they almost missed the window for a singles push, at least right now. Because since they talked about it, we got Brian Breaker that came in there now. We got like all these dudes that came up and passed him since they were talking about pushing him as a single star. And then you got more dudes coming and whatnot. Next you're gonna have the black guy, what is that from NXT? He about to come now. He's super popular.
Oba Femi?
Oba and
Or are you talking about Trick Williams?
both of them. They super popular already right now. So I feel like that the Tez push, like one thing, and this is like another part of it. Sometimes I like Triple H's long-term storytelling. Sometimes they take too damn long.
Yes,
I feel like, and I feel like
look at
their
Trish
way
and Becky.
their way right now would be to push the Street Profits as a heel tag team. Let them be dominant like the Usos for a while, and then maybe have Montez either go babyface on Dawkins or get mad at Dawkins and stay heel. But it's got to be like it's not right now. So.
Yes. No, I appreciate that. I mean, his pitch was kind of cool, but I was like, at the end of the day, she's too big. You know what I mean?
Well, to your point though, I feel like that's a step down for her. Not to cut you off, step down for her because she got her own storylines right now. She can't get involved in his just for his storyline.
And I got a feeling they might be turning her heel too.
Right, she got the Jade thing coming. I pretty much think she got her own. She's a tag team champion right now herself. Like she got her own stuff going on. So I feel like
just for her to like play his ballet kind of like.
Right, no, they're gonna happen.
Like I was telling him, I was like, bro, this ain't gonna. What are you trying to make this, Lana and Rusev? Like,
yeah, I agree.
But anyways, so are we? You guys want to just go straight to the Cody and KO, or do you want to go to the women's?
We could talk about Cody and KO.
I'm with it.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about and especially the women's rumble.
What's cool is I actually had that queued up, so
nice.
Because KO, damn it, boy, that dude. Jesus,
man, listen. I think this was built up really good. The animosity. What I love now is what WWE has been doing recently is they have turned the knob up on intensity, right? Like, I mean, nothing for me was CM Punk and Drew. That was like,
Yeah.
right. So then you had who else was you had CM Punk and Seth.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're doing these type of like storylines where it's like, oh, we almost about to kill each other.
Yeah.
And first when he said a ladder match, I was like, man. And then I thought Sunday was gonna do something weird, like make KO grab that belt, and they was gonna have another championship. I was like, why are they putting them both on? That makes no sense. But I guess doing a ladder match allowed them to just go all out to physically, like, because this is the type of match that you had to end the feud. So I'll leave it there. What about you, Mike?
In the beginning of the match, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, it's kind of not a great, it's kind of a boring ladder match where they were just like more punching and kicking and stuff like that, and they weren't doing like any moves. As they introduced like more ladders and started doing actual moves on the ladders, it got like really, really good, very intense. I thought the Fisherman Buster onto the ladder was crazy. I like that. Having that little ladder, the little hornswoggle ladder was really cool, whatever, like that. And then, of course, the Alabama Slam at the end was ridiculous. And to have the whole thing with Sammy down there checking on KO as his mans or whatever like that, I thought that was a good extra part to it. It was great to me. It wound up being a really, really good match. Like you said, a good way to end the feud between. Now, of course, there was no way KO was going to win the title. We all knew that going into it.
Right, correct.
But even though there was no way, they still put on a good show, even though we already kind of knew the ending. So I was good with it.
Yeah, I think this is what Cody needed, but I'll talk about that. Let me hear from Energy. So what's your thoughts on the match overall?
I think moreover, this is what KO needed, because it's been a while since they've had any real direction with him. He's just kind of been there, kind of filling space and putting people over. But right now, if you think about it, KO's kind of become a little bit of the Sami Zayn conspiracy theorist character. But at the same time, just like Drew McIntyre, where's the lies? He's spitting facts. Like nobody's listening to him, nobody's paying attention to him, and if he's got to take things into his own hands, then people are going to pay attention to him. And this match, like you said, it started off, it was a slow build.
Yeah,
it was exactly the way a match like this should be, though. Like just because it's a ladder match doesn't mean you should just grab ladders and start swinging right away. Mm-hmm. Like there should be a build up to it. There should be a story to tell, and I think these two did that perfectly. And KO, but the first one that got me was the ladder laying in the middle of the ring when he was about to powerbomb Cody, and Cody gave him that backdrop. The way he landed right on his spine, like right on top of that ladder.
Yeah,
I felt that one. That was the start of where things were picking up for me. And then the Fisherman Buster off the top, that Alabama Slam, Jesus.
I know that was crazy.
Like KO put himself through more than he put Cody through in that match.
I wonder with the Alabama Slam, did they plan it? Like,
yes.
I wonder did they, your usual bam, you hit your back on it, but his head went through, which made it even more.
I was there.
Or did that just happen? Like, did he just like?
There were a couple of spots during that match I was legit scared for KO, especially when his head hit the back of the ladder on the top rope Fisherman Buster.
Yeah.
But I was really scared for KO right there. I think Sammy was too. But the Alabama Slam, I think, was planned, but they did that perfectly. Basically, the way KO landed, he basically gave himself a Canadian destroyer with the way he rolled.
Yeah, and he stayed there.
Yeah, he stayed there.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me say this. This is what I needed for Cody, and what I mean is he was kind of disrespectful, but Cody needs this. Now, let me back up a little bit. On SmackDown, when they got into it, was the last SmackDown? It might have been SmackDown before that, 2 weeks ago. And when Cody, and I forgot, like this super good guy, shake hands, kiss babies. All right, that's Cody. Wear the suits. But when he was like, don't forget, I beat the undisputed champ that had the belt for 4 years. Don't forget. forget. I beat Gunther. I was like, oh damn, he beat Gunther too. I don't forgot.
Yeah.
First ever crown jewel champion. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, you can be a good guy, but sometimes the bragging and letting people know, like, hey, this is who I am. I was like, oh, this is the Cody I need. So then you take fast forward and he beat KO. Cool. When he walked down the ramp and came back, I was like, hey, hold up, Cody. My man looked like he hurt. And then he got on top of the table and was like, yeah. Hold on. I was like, oh, this the Cody we kind of need. Now, what I don't like is last week when CM Punk was like, oh, you're burning out. I was like, oh, come on now. I don't need that. Like, like that was like I don't like remember they did it so brief with Gunther and literally killed the story. Remember Damien was like, oh, you're not as good as you think you are.
Yeah.
Then they had the match and the match started and they literally didn't go in that angle. They went in the angle of Damien's arm is hurt and Gunther's tearing him up. I'm like, bro, what happened to this whole Gunther? So I'm like, I don't want them to do that with Cody. But long story short, what I'm saying is Cody having this like extra spark and fire to him, like that's what I like. And, I mean, you'll never see Cody beat somebody and stand over him and hold the title like, as they got everybody coming over him, they hurt. I was like,
they've been planting them seeds. Remember back at Saturday Night Main Event, Cody had the chance to crossroads him and kick the chair out the way, but he hit him on the chair anyway. So that they've been kind of. They've been
so that way. You see a Cody Hill turn, maybe?
Eventually, yeah.
So,
eventually, they got to.
Talk about that at the end.
Oh, okay.
I got some stuff to pitch for you guys. But if we're done, you guys done with this? We can move on.
They planting them nuggets. They planting the nuggets.
Go ahead.
Let me.
Speaking of nuggets, I know we ain't on Raw yet, but did you notice Dominic and Liv with their little dinosaur chicken nugget plushies?
I'm not a nugget.
All right, Owen.
Here, this is. I wonder if they got a picture just for the women. I found a picture for everybody. I mean, I could leave it up. Here, let me just see if I can find the ones.
I got like a whole list of bullet points right here for this match.
Let me ask you something real quick while you're doing that, Anthony, about the last match. Energy, either one of you guys. Were you guys expecting or surprised we haven't seen Randy come back at all for that match?
I was expecting him to come back either in the Rumble or during that match, one of the two.
Yeah, because KO's still the person that put Randy out, so he's still gonna come back for that. I would say, assuming eventually, right? So
I got this weird feeling they're just gonna act like that kind of.
It never happened. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a long time ago now. It was like what, October when that happened, I think.
It's been a minute.
I got a feeling it's kind of like at this point, it's like, all right, so if you kind of like make it like it didn't happen, I guess. All right. So, you know what's crazy? I really was into this match. Here's why. They had a perfect sprinkling of people you know and people you didn't know. I don't know if you guys might know some other people, but I don't really know the NXT people no more. And I also didn't know the TNA people. Now, I remember the big chick from last year.
Jordan Grace?
Stephanie something, right?
No, Jordan Grace.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And now she's with WWE. She's signed with WWE now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, they said it when she entered.
I thought I should pull up the numbers. All right, maybe that's
okay. Yeah, I've already got that for you. I've already got that listed.
All right, throw that.
All right, so we start the match off with Io Sky and Liv Morgan at number 1 and number 2.
Let me, as you're doing that, I'm gonna try to pull it up. So maybe if we have it on screen, we can follow along.
Right.
Did you pull it up online somewhere that I can find it, or
no? I watched the show earlier today, and like while I was watching it, I was making little bullet points, and I actually fell asleep. I'm watching the men's match right now just to catch stuff that I might have missed. I'm at the end of that match. So
we're gonna talk about that because there's some controversy in that match about that.
Oh yeah. So. Well, there's always going to be controversy, but
yeah.
Well, we'll get there. But yeah, the women's match, right at the beginning, they brought up the the previous winners entered in at number 25, 28, 17, 3, 28, 1, 3, and 20. We'll get to 27.
Oh, yeah, I like the
So two women have won entering at number 28, and two women have won entering at number 3. I know those two were Bianca and Bailey. And I think the number 1 was Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to give my quick recap, and then we can dive really into it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good because oh my God, I'm still trying to see if I can find it. But
They were telling a bunch of stories during that.
yeah, I just thought it was cool. I thought what it was they had good people come out, newer people come out, older people come out. Good, like I thought they did a good sprinkling. Versus the guys, which we'll get to, but I think the guys hit you at the end. They just said bam, bam, bam. But the beginning was like, all right, you got the little high flyer match. I just felt the girls.
Overall,
it was a pretty good sprinkling of the different people that was in it. I was excited. My baby Trish came out. I didn't see that coming. I really was into the Women's Royal Rumble, and so I just want to say that overall. And I'll get into the winning. The person who won, but just that's my overall thoughts. I enjoyed it. Like I was really digging it. I was like, "Yo, this is actually pretty good."
Overall, their surprise entrance and whatnot, I think they had a lot better. Like you said, there was a lot better.
Way better surprise entrance. I agree with that.
And they had the biggest pop of the night, which we'll get to.
Yeah, and old school people, like you said, with Trish.
Overall,
I mean, it was a. We'll get to the end of it, but it was a good, fun, entertaining, fun match to watch. So.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? Like overall?
Overall, like I said, that one was a fun one. I really enjoyed the women's match. There was one or two little kind of minor disappointments, but I think that was because most of us were kind of building up something that they never promised in our heads, and whenever. It's kind of one of those situations like back in the day when everybody wanted Daniel Bryan in and Rey Mysterio in there at number 30, and people were like, "Oh, he's not Daniel Bryan, boo him." Yeah, I know a lot of people were kind of hoping that AJ Lee would come back in this one, and
I heard that.
So when she didn't, it was kind of a number 30 was not going to get the pop that they wanted.
Who was number 30?
Nikki Bella.
But she had a good pop too, though.
She did.
Nikki Bella.
Oh, she did. Yeah. That shocked me too.
But not as big as somebody else. But like I said, we'll get to that during the breakdown.
Yeah. Did Nikki is Nikki full time coming back? Like I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So she at the end they teased it a little bit. She was talking. They asked her who some people she want to face and stuff like that, which was kind of cool. They gave her a little interview. She didn't say that she was back. She made it like she might be here for a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Roxanne during the match seemed like she would be interested in a little something there. Though.
Roxanne broke the record.
Yeah. That's the second year in a row that the number 3 entrant broke the record for length of time in, though.
I know it. So let me talk about her for a minute. They're trying to push her to the moon. They're about to call her up.
They're about to. I was about to say they're about to call her up.
And they're calling her this prodigy and saying she's generational. I've watched a couple matches. I don't see it, and I know maybe because she's small or what, but I don't see this great.
I think it's more a case of it's kind of like Chad Gable. She can work with anybody and have a good match.
Okay.
And no matter who you put her up against, she's going to have a good match.
What about you? What do you see? What do you see in Roxanne?
I don't know nothing about her all, but I know like on Raw, SmackDown, they've been saying her name like crazy. So.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see. I guess. I don't know. I don't really see it as much.
Right. So y'all ready to get into it?
Well, hold on. Let's go to the pop of the night.
Okay. You want to get into the breakdown? All right. So number 1, Io Sky. Number 2, Liv Morgan. Number 3, Roxanne Perez. Them two stayed in for over an hour. All 3 of them stayed in for over an hour. Lyra comes in, has herself a little hot streak, but then gives Io Sky a fisherman buster, and her top damn near pops off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Chelsea Green came out at number 5, which was kind of weird seeing the Intercontinental title champion and the U.S. champion kind of back to back. It's one of the things WWE has a habit of doing that it's kind of irritating. They could have separated them two a little bit, but
well, hold on, let me back up a little bit. I heard that and I watched the replay. They said that Liv kind of helped Lyra. Liv
Liv punched her and knocked her into the corner. That way they could help her fix her wardrobe. But that kind of killed. They basically had to improv until that got fixed, and by that time Chelsea was coming out. Which stuff like that's going to happen during the Rumble. You're going to have snafus like that where people just kind of have to wing it. And
Liv being a veteran, like helped to do it.
Let me get you stomped out in the corner, and then go take the attention over here to the other side of the ring, and all the referees can kind of help you do your thing. And thankfully, it didn't take them too long. There was another one later in the match we'll get to again. Number 6, we had a little stretch of people coming out where it wasn't a whole lot going on. B-Fab, Ivy Nile, Zoe Stark came in strong. Lash Legend came in strong. After Lash,
let me stop you for a minute. Lash is going to be a star, bro.
Yes, and she had and as far as attire goes, she had one of the best of the night too. Her attire looked really good.
Anthony, I don't know, superstar. Did you see? You probably see and watch NXT. I don't know if you saw the match with her and her partner versus Naomi and Bianca last week on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you see how big Lash is, right?
Yeah, Lash is like 5'11".
I got introduced to her because remember they was coming to SmackDown. Like I was like, yo, that Last Legend chick, and she got shape and everything. She did a springboard moonsault, like standing. Like I couldn't believe it. You seen it, Energy?
Yeah,
it was crazy. Like
she's a former WNBA player.
Yeah, to be that big, hit that moonsault, like standing moonsault, the one you've been trying to hit for years, like that to me off.
Yeah, but Lash is going places, no doubt. Zoe Stark came in strong as hell, but then Lash came in, and both of them were.
Zoe Stark, man, I like Zoe Stark.
Yeah, I know. At one point, she even had a little slip where she was going to do her springboard drop kick, and her and Io covered that very beautifully.
Yeah.
Number 10 was your girl Bianca, and she just starts stacking people in the corner, which I thought was a little ridiculous, but
it went too long.
How many people are you going to stack in the corner? Come on, like.
The problem is she kept looking back, so it's like you just really like. Now we all know that this.
We knew from EO Sky that somebody else was coming because 2 punches in, you're already looking back, and then you get 2 punches in, and you're looking back, and you're looking back, and you're looking back. All right, we get it. You can do a backflip. Damn, come on now. Shayna Baszler comes in next to give Zoe some help, and that's when they had that little slip up with EO. Ivy Nile eliminates Lyra Valkyria, which I figured they were going to start pushing Ivy going after that IC title. And, of course, on Raw, they followed that up with Gable talking about going on a vacation. So I think they're really going to start amping that story up. Of course, you got to plant those seeds during the Rumble. Yep. The next 2 out were Bayley and Sonya. I was really hoping Bayley would become the first time back-to-back, but, there's always next time.
Always next time.
Maxine got a nice little pop, especially when she dumped Ivy out of there. I don't know if they're going to work Maxine into the Intercontinental feud or if she's going to cost Ivy or whatever the case may be. There's going to be something there where Maxine and Ivy are kind of.
I think Maxine's character don't strike me as she could have that fire, but I think at the end of the day it's all it's all make believe. So I feel like why not have the women have a crazy feud like the guys have been having. So imagine if because Maxine and her been beefing, right? And it's all been ha we were cool. But imagine if Maxine do something you don't think and cost her her title
or imagine if Maxine gets the title opportunity first.
Well, I will say this: Maxine has gotten better as a wrestler. I've noticed that.
No doubt. We've been watching her improve by the day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And matter of fact, that little fisherman suplex she busted out during the Rumble was a pretty nice one.
Perfect. Yeah.
And I love her Kemp up too. The way she kind of like slinks up.
Yeah. She's so tall. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's perfect for her. After Ivy got dumped out, we had Naomi come out.
Oh yeah.
And then Jada Parker, who, correct me if I'm wrong, is she the one that's been winning all those underground matches in NXT?
I know she had the one feud with Mi Chen where it was like extreme match. You might be right.
I want to say that first underground match she beat Shayna Baszler.
She's popular, but she's not. She's not polished. She needs not time in it.
Yeah, she needs some work, but I was happy to see her in there. It kind of fleshed out the Rumble a little bit, like Anthony was saying.
Cool.
The beautiful thing about the Rumble, you never know who you're going to get.
Yeah, I think the cool thing is the people that I didn't know, they did a good job. I'm like, okay, like Jada Parker, I'm like, I remember her. I mean, she had that bubble, but she did that.
I think that's why she's popular.
Probably. But I know they said somebody is undefeated in the underground match. They won 3 matches.
It could be her.
Yeah, I think it is her. But one thing that didn't make sense to me was the little spot that they did with her, Lash, Bianca, Naomi, and Chelsea. Because I mean, at first it was her and Lash looking like they were about to team up a little bit, both being heels and whatnot. And then Bianca and Naomi stood up like, okay, yeah, we're being all buddy. Like Bianca and Naomi have been feuding with Lash and Jakara. Why all of a sudden would they be like bonding now in the middle of the Rumble just because?
I know what it was. Go ahead, Anthony.
It Black Girl Magic, wasn't it? It Black Girl Magic.
Yeah, they were trying to get Black Girls. Yeah, that's what it was.
But then Chelsea comes busting up in there like, look.
I was like, this made no sense. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it made no sense at all to me either.
I like Chelsea though. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Chelsea.
Chelsea is amazing. She's freaking hilarious.
And she bumps like the best. Like
yes.
But
yeah, that the whole bonding thing between Bianca and Naomi and Lash, like it just didn't make sense to me. But then you had that fall apart pretty quickly. Then Piper Niven came out. Then Natty came out.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace came out at number 19 and hit Piper Niven with a beautiful rolling DVD. And what I mentioned earlier was they doing a little bit too much with Bianca when Jordan and Naomi kind of hugged it out. They were friends back in TNA. They were rivals, but they bonded while Nay was out. What's up with Bianca acting all jealous, And it's the second time in the match where she kind of went after a white girl. Like, is Bianca racist? Like, what's going on here?
I didn't look at it like that, but I looked at it like she's like. So there recently. So for me, I'm watching the story. One, Bianca's main girl was Jade. She gets put out, and Naomi steps up. Now they're like this. But she always had a problem with Naomi being cool with Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, hey, yo, man. So I feel like here we go again. You my peoples, and now some other girl and we in the Rumble. Like, nah. So that's how I took it. And that's more story.
But the only person that Bianca's been cool with Jade being friends with, or with Naomi being friends with, is Jade. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a black-white thing, like Anthony's saying. I do think that the Bailey thing, obviously, because of the history of Bianca and Bailey, which went on for years, obviously. I think it was more about you, my partner.
Yeah, the damage control thing. That was.
I think with the Naomi thing is more because you're my partner.
But just because I'm your partner, don't mean I can't be cool with other people. I mean, especially in the Rumble,
Whoa, this is the Rumble, like.
Well, in the Rumble, allies are hard to come by.
Well, here we go. If we're on the same page in the Rumble, like we need to stay there. And if I don't know this girl, I can't trust her. So I kind of get it. It'd be like me and Mike is tag team, and then Mike don't really know you, but you pop in. Mike might be like, "Hey, look, I don't know if I can trust you. You might throw me over." Like we got
Well, you handle that bridge when you get there, but like until that point, at some point, it always breaks down.
Because if you think about it, Chelsea and Piper only rule together. Like they would have never been cool with anybody else either. Like
at some point, it always breaks down like that. They even mentioned it when Raquel came out later in the match. Like she said, if it came down between her and Liv, that she would play the game. But we'd see if that happened. But I mean, you always got to have an eye in the back of your head. But at the same time, having 3 people trying to eliminate somebody it makes it a little bit easier than.
Well, look at
especially when somebody like Nia Jax comes in the ring.
PF,
PFC.
They did it for a while to take over the ring.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But
what's up to Obi? What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for popping
Obi-Wan.
in. Energy.
But yeah, number 20 came out was Michin, which she always comes in strong. Has herself a nice little showing. Number 21. Number 21, we got to talk about.
All right.
So for the last 2 weeks, they've been talking about contract negotiations with Alexa Bliss.
Right.
They've been putting it out to all the dirt sheets that, negotiations are this, negotiations are that. Alexa's team wants to get her a little bit more money. WWE wants to stick with her old contract, whatever. So there's been contract negotiations that haven't been going so well. They put out Friday that the negotiations were very far apart, and it wasn't looking likely that Alexa was returning anytime soon. That same night, Alexa's boyfriend, husband, whoever he is, his band was playing in Florida, and there was reports that Alexa was down there watching him play his gig. During rehearsals, number 21 was Shotzi. Everybody in the match was expecting Shotzi. So when Alexa's music hit, nobody knew. Like, nobody knew she was there. None of the girls in the match knew. The fans went absolutely bananas. I got a buddy of mine that's actually from Indy. He went up there for he went up there for the Rumble to visit family and to attend the event. And he said in the building you couldn't hear her music. There was nobody around him sitting down at all. Like, Alexa, she got that pop of the night.
So this is what I gotta say. That's what y'all get for always trying to watch this dirt sheets and be the smart fans. And I watched a video that said Triple H was like, he was all behind that. And he said he's going to make sure he literally put out misinformation so nobody would spoil that.
I'll tell you why I didn't fall for it, but people that were there, like when the reports came out that Alexa and them were far apart on negotiations, people were saying that there were Lily dolls on sale at the merch stands. So I kind of had a feeling that something was up with that.
Let me back up. Hold on. So, Anthony, you think that it didn't come together the last hour? You think it had been together, the deal for her?
No. So again, this is just the internet, but I was watching a video where they said it came out that Triple H purposely was saying that the negotiations that was his idea to put misinformation at like a while ago that it was or she was already planning to be there.
I got
but
you.
They just lied and said that we're not coming to agreement. But
they're trying to get back to the day where you don't know what's going to happen. You might think you know what's going to happen, and there might be people backstage that are leaking information, but they don't really. You're trying to discredit the leakers.
So think about it. How cool was it for you to be like, "Oh my God," versus like, "When is she coming? What's her number?"
My daughter don't even watch wrestling, but she came in here because she heard me and my wife screaming, and she was like, "Alexa Bliss!"
What's cool is my wife liked Alexa Bliss before she ever liked Liv. So it was cool that Alexa came out. I was like, "Your old girl is back. What you gonna do?" They both here. She was like, "Ah." Yeah, that was
pretty cool.
But a couple of little things to note too with Alexa. If you look at her. If you look at her attire, the actual ring attire that she wore for the match is the exact same ring attire as the last time we saw her in the Royal Rumble in 2023. The jacket she had on was very, very Fiend inspired. It had the red circle on it. It had Fiend Forever, Friends Forever, Fiend Forever on the back. Her skirt had a red circle on it, and the Lily doll itself has the number 6 in one of the eyes, the same number 6 that's on the back of all the Wyatt 6 shirts. So there's heavy hints in the Lily doll, especially, that she will be linking up with the Wyatt Six at some point.
Well, you know what she needed to link up to? She needed to link up to a couple cheesesteaks. She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she had a baby, man. She had to get back in shape.
Oh, listen, she needed to
But
But I don't know if that's that good looking at the Wyatts, because Wyatt 6 is kind of trash to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they'll be getting like no push at all.
they're booking them. They're booking them like a special attraction, but I think they haven't been on TV lately because one of them's injured.
Lately, it's been like a month. But
they won't say which one of them's injured, but I think it might be Bo Dallas. But
for Alexa, I would love to see her get like a good push and be out there, doing stuff. Not just the Wyatt 6 coming out in the shadows every 3 weeks and shit, doing nothing. Like I don't know how I with them or not.
So here's what's funny. Let's talk about this. Unfortunately, like I was excited for if she was part of Wyatt 6, but they booked them so bad. I mean, they literally lost a feud, right?
Yeah.
I just saw to Karen Cross, right?
That feud's still not over.
So they're doing different shows now.
So right now, they lost the feud to Karen Cross. We can agree to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't seen Howdy ever since he got hit with the powder by Paul Ellering.
All right. So,
go ahead, Anthony.
My thing is, Alexa is way bigger than what they are. And
right.
And she could literally have a singles run and act like she got nothing to do with them. And
right. Yeah.
So I mean, other than her with the doll, honestly, I would make her come out with the doll. So you'd be like, well, they are linked because she got the doll, but just have a serious solo run.
Well,
because are they like taking over WWE? Are they winning titles?
You didn't.
Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I'm like fucking confused about them.
Well, right now they're kind of arbiters of justice, if you will. They see somebody getting mistreated or mistreating
but it's always like family. Lower car people, like Chad Gable right now, or the
you got again. We talked about it during the ladder match. You got to build it up.
It's been like a year,
and that's why none of them were in the Rumble, because right now they're not focused on titles; they're focused on like doling out justice and all that. Yeah. But with the again, can't trust the dirt sheets. With the reports right now, the Wyatt Six are on SmackDown. Yeah. The rumor is that Alexa Bliss is going to be a Raw superstar. At least for the time about. So she might be linked to the Wyatt Six. She might be getting with them at some point, maybe when they get a little bit bigger or a little bit more established. But for the time being, initial reports are they're going to be on different shows.
Listen, let's be honest. Triple H has been wrestling his for so long.
Yeah.
If we just didn't know that it ain't a good idea to make her join them, I'm pretty sure he was like, listen, they're not really what we want them to be yet.
Well,
and Alexa's black. Like, let's be clear. Like, I'm sure she's going to be doing her own.
Well, I know you didn't really follow the URL thing very closely, but the Nightbird campaign, the URLs that were popping up on the screen, the very first one had the initials of all the people that were in the Wyatt Six. It had Uncle Howdy, it had Eric Rowan, it had Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, Nikki Cross, and then it had a 5, 1, and then it had an A for Alexa Bliss. So there was always the feeling that Alexa was going to come in and then join up with the group later.
I mean,
like
she was a part of.
I mean, it makes sense to me. I just don't want it for her because they're not doing shit right now. And I feel
right
like
now.
that,
we got to let him cook with this. Because Triple H, I got faith in Triple H. I know he knows what he's doing, and there's even some people like criticizing some of these other decisions that we'll talk about in a minute. And I'm like, let that man cook. Like he's telling stories, and he hasn't really let us down yet. There's been very few.
I'm cool with who's ever writing it, whether it's him or other people. Let them cook, but I'm just gonna say what I feel isn't working. You know what I mean?
There's been very few hiccups right now as far as the stories that they have finished out, and even the stories that they thought was a mistake, they've turned around, and we've been happy in the end. So let them cook, let them do their thing, let it all come together, let these pieces fall into place, and then we'll see where it goes. That's just my take on it. But in any event, Alexa Bliss did get the biggest pop of the night. After that, we had a little run of other people coming in. We had Zelina Vega looking freaking amazing. Candice LeRae, Stephanie Vacour, good Lord.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for them to call her up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Which they probably should have done that right away anyway. But I think she's down in NXT to kind of learn the WWE way of things.
All black hair, right?
Yeah. The demon girl with the real bright red outfit. Yeah, she's definitely a favorite. Then your girl Trish come out. Welcome back, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Something I don't know if y'all caught it. Somebody sent me this on TikTok, and I had to watch the whole damn Rumble to figure out where in the match it was. But right before Raquel Rodriguez comes out, if you're watching the show, start watching it about the 1 hour, 3 minute, and 50-second mark. Look at the bottom right corner. You're gonna see a really funny interaction that had 3 people breaking character. You had Naomi sitting in the corner, just kind of doing her things.
I watched that video.
Yeah, staying out the way. You had Bianca kind of climbing the top rope or whatever, playing to the fans, whatever the case may be. Jordan Grace comes up behind Bianca, gets her down on her knees and starts stomping her head into the turnbuckle. But the problem is, right in between Bianca's head and the turnbuckle, you had Naomi's. Anyway, all 3 of them started laughing. I thought that was freaking hilarious. It's easy to miss if you're just because there's chaos all over. There's 15 women in the ring.
I didn't see it when I watched it, but I watched
Me neither.
That show. Yeah.
But when you see Bianca laughing, it's like, okay. And then Nate's covering her face up. Jordan's falling over, trying not to laugh. Props to them for having fun during that, man. I love seeing stuff like that. Number 27. If you know, you know. Traditionally, as far as statistics go, number 27 is that lucky number. Yeah, there's been more people win the Rumble at number 27 than any other number. And, of course, Charlotte gets the pyro. So it's like, can they give you any more hints? Who's going?
Definitely going to talk about it. So let's speed this thing up.
Yep, speed it up. We had she had problems getting her robe off. That's why if anybody's wondering why the camera's cut away from her and it took her so long to get in the ring, she basically had to rip her robe off because she forgot how to unbuckle it.
That was crazy.
And is it just me, or did her skin during the match look like it was like a shirt that didn't quite fit tight enough? It might just be me. Yeah, her skin looked like a little wrinkly and whatnot, like it was like a shirt that was fitting a little
loose. We got
loose.
to talk about the obvious. We can talk about it at the end.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, and Michael Cole said something about genetics, like Charlotte having the best genetics in the business, but at the time she was standing right next to Jordan Grace, looking like a freaking brick shithouse. Michael Cole's an idiot. Number 28 was Julia, which I didn't understand because she's the NXT champ. If you win the Rumble, you can challenge her the NXT champ if you choose to. So it didn't make sense for me to put Julia in there. They could have put Shotzi in that spot. They could have put any number of other people.
I think it's cool to give. So if you listen, let's be clear. NXT, she's a big fish in a little pond.
Yeah, she's another one I can't wait for them to call up.
Let the champ get some exposure. You're getting these others, so I feel like that's cool. And if she did win, she could be like Becky, double champ.
Mm-hmm. But they could have, if they knew they were going to put her in the Rumble to let her shine a little bit, they could have not given her the belt yet. They could have waited until the next show.
What's up, Dave? Dave in the comments.
Hey, Dave, what up?
Hold on. Let's stop the show real quick. Yo, congratulations, bro. Jade just had a baby girl the other day.
Congratulations,
nice.
Dave.
Man.
Jade Cargill?
No,
Jade?
his wife.
Oh, his wife, Jade. Okay, I got you. Congrats, man. Proud pop.
Yeah. So, good stuff, man. Just, I didn't think you was gonna be able to pop in because of the baby, but are you home? Or are you at the hospital still? Like, I hope everything's going great, man. But, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, Dave's a good dude. He's in my wedding, one of my groomsmen. We met at church years ago, and we've just been friends ever since. And the funny thing is, Dave's so tall, right? So when I come to the church, the first day I see him is this tall dude wearing a big Rock jersey. He's a fan of the Rock. And I'm like, oh, I like wrestling. That guy there must like wrestling. And kicked it off. Became cool ever since.
Well,
man.
if
So,
he wears a Rock jersey to church, yeah, he's probably a fan.
you right? So, but good stuff, man.
But,
But go ahead. So
number
number
29, we had Nia Jax come out, which big fish in a little pond. She's entering the ring. You got Trish Stratus biting Zelina Vega's fingers. Nia comes in, takes Zelina out. Michael Cole makes a comment, which I had a problem with, said that Nia Jax is the only person to ever enter both the men's and women's Royal Rumble in one night. He seems to have forgotten our truth from last year. Come on now. Get it together, Cole. Number 30 was Nikki Bella. We'll say Nia Jax was given credit for 9 eliminations in this Rumble.
wait, you got back up the other thing. So before she got in, they said she was tied. I forgot with who, but if she threw out
Bianca and Shayna Baszler.
Okay, there you go.
Or no. For overall,
No.
cumulative. For overall elimination,
Rhea.
she was tied with Rhea Ripley. Both of them had
So
20.
if she threw out one person, she would be.
Yeah, both of them had 20 overall. And before she
Right.
even got in the ring, she ripped Zelina off the apron. So
Basically, yeah, and then automatically got that one, and then she just went on a tear. Go ahead.
well, when you had that big spot with everybody kind of dumping over, she got
all those
she got credit. She got credit for all of those, even though Raquel was on the ground before she even touched the first person. But yeah, she got credit for eliminating Zelina Vega, Trish Stratus, Io Sky, Stephanie Vicker, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca, Naomi, and Nikki Bella in that match. So she now has the record for the most eliminations in a single women's Rumble match with 9.
I don't think nobody gonna break her record for overall.
Yeah, previously she was tied with Shayna Baszler and Bianca for 8 eliminations.
Dave said he's still in the hospital. Good stuff.
Okay.
But now let's talk about.
Oh, we done with that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Charlotte winning because you said we got some.
All right. So who was in the end with Charlotte?
Roxanne.
Okay.
Roxanne.
Listen, man. I'm just gonna be honest. One of the best wrestling promos I ever heard, and it just made and I'm just always gonna say it. She is the opportunity. You get to the back of the line, you get behind me when I show up. I'm the opportunity, all right? And so I know some people bro, why Charlotte again? My wife was furious. And I'm like, listen, bro, it's Charlotte Flair. And then what made it better is what she said on the press event. So the press event made me feel thank you for saying that. So before we get to that, yeah, I mean, I was when she came out, and I know she was coming because she had a little vignette, she's coming. I'm like, dude, Charlotte could very well win it. And if she win it, this would what I want. I've been talking about this. A few years ago, Charlotte wins the Rumble and challenged Rhea Ripley, and Rhea is the NXT champion. So that was crazy. You're not going to use it for the big belts. But it was dope because she won and then went down to NXT defending the NXT championship.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, Rhea wins, challenged Charlotte, and beat her at WrestleMania. And now she's the women's world champion. All right. I kept saying, how cool would it be if, now mind you, at this point, Rhea wasn't the champ anymore. And I was like, damn, you know what sucks is if Rhea was the champ, Charlotte could have come back, win the Rumble, and then you have that rubber match because she beat her, took her belt. She beat at the same thing. Win a Rumble, take your belt. Win a Rumble, take your belt at Mania. And if Charlotte ever came back, won a Rumble, and then Rhea on top, lo and behold, Rhea comes back, beat Liv, is the champ. I'm like, hey, bro, this could happen. And then she wins. Now, I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard they kind of want Charlotte to go against
Tiffany. They do.
Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just Tiffany hasn't done anything. I mean, her move is impressive, but as far as in the ring, it's bro, you would just think Charlotte will walk over her. Now, if she beat Charlotte, then it'll definitely boost her up. But me, bro, don't steal it from me. I'm talking about.
I hate to steal it from you, bro, but they want to see everybody's talking about them two because they match each other so much. Tiffany and Charlotte, bro.
Not only that, but Tiffany does need a top tier opponent to legitimize her run.
Yeah.
Rhea's established.
Anybody could be a top tier opponent for her.
But at the same time, going after Tiffany, it kind of makes you kind of start seeing patterns. Charlotte wins the Rumble. She goes after the NXT champion, thinking she's a dumb kid. She can win that belt a little easier. Rhea gets up. She gets her get back, and now Charlotte wins the Rumble again. Is she going to go for the easy pickings again? Is she going to go for that rubber match, that pride, or there?
Let me say this: they did a great job, and Mike, I know you're going to talk. They did a great job last night of hyping it up. But Charlotte left it as, I'm going to see everybody else and I'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, if she is going against Tiffany, she better have the greatest promo this Friday and make me believe now Charlotte want to go against her. Because they did an amazing job of back and forth on Raw to make me be like, bro, it's sold. It was so good. I thought Charlotte was like, you know what? Forget thinking about it. I want you. So
at the same time, there's also subtle nuggets that they did during that promo that makes you think that Charlotte is going to pick Tiffany, because she was still treating Rhea like a kid, and Rhea mentioned it. He was like, "You talking to me like I'm a kid? It tells me you have no respect for me." So I'm thinking, that might
let me get in here real quick.
That might
First
play
of all,
into the Tiffany thing.
Let me go back to the win. Actually, I was pissed like Sandy was, bro. I fucking hate Charlotte only because of the fact there's so many women, and the fact she could be gone for a year and come in and win.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not. That's where, to me, WWE politics come into play, and we're always gonna have politics no matter how long wrestling is around. And I know it is, and I know that Triple H was close to her and her father for many years, and he the boss now. He gonna push Charlotte no matter what. And I know a lot of those women probably be pissed the fuck too. When they work all year long and she's come back and win the Rumble. But with that being said. But even now, like, I feel like that was just me, or she looked like older or something like that.
Stop. All right, we gotta go into it. Are y'all kidding me? No, Charlotte had a facelift.
That's what it is. Yeah, she looked crazy to me now.
Yeah, her nose was different. Yeah.
I also heard yesterday that something I didn't know, but back in June, her and Andrade apparently got a divorce.
They got divorced, yeah.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got divorced in June. But yeah, she looked crazier. She's skinny as hell.
She got no acetol.
At all. Her pants didn't even fit or whatever, honestly. Like, I know she never did, but it's like even smaller now. Maybe she worked hard to get her ACL back. I think she lost even more booty by her working to get her ACL fixed. But her face looks like...
I can't just look at her and not think of, damn, she looks like I said to Sandy, I was like, yo, if you ever got a facelift and I got to come home to you, you don't even look the same.
Like her and Natty, to me, both look horrible with their facelifts. I'm honest with you.
Natty... Well, Natty doesn't look any different to me.
Kill me, yo! I swear, every 2 months she had a different face. Dana Brooke. I used to never know what Dana Brooke looked like.
Yeah, her too. But Charlotte looks bad to me, but that's not here nor there. But I can see that as a huge match. I'm just kind of with energy where if you make that the huge match, Charlotte, and Rhea, and where does Tiffany go for a WrestleMania championship match? Like, who does she go to make it a big match? So I'm kind of like with energy on that. Because Rhea can go with anybody, so can Charlotte. But I don't know who that Tiffany, who is the champion, would go with. And my other thing I want to say is I don't like the non-suspense. We all knew Charlotte was going to win for weeks now, honestly. At least I did. I mean, energy probably knew too, or whatever like that.
What?
And the fact that she got the pyro, if you remember last year, only Cody got pyro in the men's Royal Rumble. Because I rewatched it the other day. And I'm
that
like,
said, though, Roman got pyro in the men's match too, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but and that too. But also in general sense, like this whole thing of like by the end of the year, we already know who's gonna be the champion for WrestleMania. I don't like it. I like when WWE used to be like, we don't know who's gonna be champion by WrestleMania. I feel like now they like by December, we already know who's gonna be champion in April. I remember guys, I think The Rock beat CM Punk at Royal Rumble for the championship before the WrestleMania. I remember guys losing the title at No Way Out in like March WrestleMania. Now they're like, all right, who's champion in December? You're gonna beat him at WrestleMania. I don't like that. I like the 6 who might win it.
I always like it when they change it up too, like you said. Like if somebody could lose the belt at the Elimination Chamber, and then what does that do to the dynamic?
Yeah. I like that they can still have a. You don't know who's gonna be the champion by WrestleMania. Now it's like we already know from
just because you're the champ now. There's 2 months till Mania, baby.
Right, and before you actually have title changes in between. Like we have one at Elimination Chamber. I think Michael's
then again, back then you had champions that would actually defend the belt in between.
Well, that's true too. but now it just feels like that you know already. So you got to start working. That's all.
It's almost like they want to protect the investment, and they don't want the champions to even wrestle at all unless it's like tag team matches or whatever.
Yeah, but that's crazy because but then they will, because it is 4 months. It's so weird. They will book Tiffany or Rhea, and like Rhea, for example, they just booked Rhea in a match last week versus Nia for the championship belt. But they've been saying, who's Rhea going to face WrestleMania? Well, why have a championship match last week then?
Yeah.
We're already
well, not only that, but Nia declared for the Royal Rumble before that match. I'm like, well, we know who's winning the match.
Right.
Yeah, and then she came out, tried to cover it in a promo. Yeah, I'm going to win the match, and I'm going to enter the Royal Rumble. It's like, come on, you ain't winning the match.
Yeah, it's like weird or whatever. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know what the thing is? I'll bring this up. I love that at the post conference that she, at least for me, made me feel better. She said, "Listen, man, I didn't think I was coming back. You know, I'm here now. I want it all." She's like, "I don't care about anybody in the back. Unfortunately, this is my time. I want it all. I want every title. I want all the gold. I want all the shine." And I don't know how much of it is a work, but either way, her personality, just saying like, "Look, I know I'm the best and I deserve it all." And I was just like, "Hey, listen, man, I agree." Like, and I'm not a Charlotte fan. She's never been on my list, but she's like the Dead Man to me. Like, I respect the Dead Man. He's never been on my list, but I respect his work ethic, his character. For me, as far as women, like, Bianca's my girl. I feel like she could do it all. But she ain't no Charlotte Flair to me. I feel like as far as a wrestler, Charlotte is a legit superstar to rival guys with her, like, her work ethic, her
I don't think she's the best, bro. I think Rhea's better than her right now. To be honest with you.
I don't think. I think Rhea is.
I think as far as like gymnastics, Io's a way better high flyer than Charlotte. Io's amazing.
Io, yeah, but then Io holds and she can't speak.
And as far as the accomplishments too, you got to look at Asuka, because she did a lot of stuff in Japan before she even came over here.
Accomplishments is going to be Charlotte no matter what, but I think actual in ring, I kind of like Rhea.
I mean, who was the first Rumble winner?
Yeah, I mean, Asuka's Asuka.
I'm just saying, overall, the reason why I think they give it to Charlotte is because at the end of the day, Charlotte can do what you need her to do. Like, she's almost like a Big Show, but wins, right? It's like, oh, you need me to come in for that? To win. I ain't coming to the, you know what I mean? Like, she could sell it, she could talk it, she could walk it, she could wrestle. She literally, for me, has zero holes in her game.
I think the reason why the girls don't like her, I mean, part of it is she is good, but because she's also spoiled. Like, she don't want to ever lay down for anybody. Yeah. That's why her and Becky had so much trouble and whatnot.
Well, the whole title swap thing with her and Becky. Like, look at that. Like,
wait, what happened, Anthony? I hear you.
No, so pretty much in the press conference, she was like that. Like, I don't care. She pretty much gave off that vibe. Like, I don't care. I want it all.
Which
I'm kicking and screaming to try to get it all.
On that note, I mean, I think that would be a good idea for her to go after Tiffany, because, you know, like I said, she thinks Tiffany's an easy opponent. She can come in here, snatch that belt away from her, and then Tiffany can humble her and boost her own career at the same time.
That is, I don't. Besides Rhea pulling out the whole thing that, oh, you beat me when I was a kid, I don't see Charlotte Flair as the easy way out person. That doesn't seem like that would fit her personality. So I wouldn't want her to want to go against Tiffany just because she think she's easy. I would want her to go against Tiffany because if Tiffany pulls something off, some fire to it, then I'll watch any match. But for me, the story makes more sense for Rhea. But if you could pull it off, you'll eat. Like, I remember, what was it? I remember when I didn't want Cody to win against Roman, and then they did something, and I was like, all right, now I'm in. You know, so if you can pull it off, you got it. But making her be like, I think she's easy. Like, you're Charlotte Flair, and you want the easy way out? That don't even make sense. Like, who's writing this story?
No, I'm not saying she wants it. It's just coming off that way. Like, you know, like I said, she went after the NXT champ because, I mean, who was the other two champs at that time?
I don't remember.
I don't even remember.
Wasn't one of them Becky or something? Anyway.
But I'll tell you what, if she do go after Tiffany, let's say for argument's sake, if Tiffany wins, it'll be great for her.
Mm-hmm.
Her
her career's going to get strapped to her rocket.
Story. However, I don't think Charlotte go let her go over though. So that's the problem right there. So.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
I think if Charlotte's
Hulk Hogan. So, yes, you're right.
They need to let Tiffany win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would make a new star by having Tiffany beat her at WrestleMania.
Right. I think now if it's
popular too.
She is. Now if it's Rhea, it could be anybody's game. But I feel like if she faces Tiffany, Tiffany should win. But I don't think she will win. In my opinion, only because it's Charlotte. I just don't.
And that is a good point. Charlotte might be like, "Hey, bro, you're not making me lose to her."
Right. That's what I'm saying at WrestleMania.
Her title run's a joke anyway.
Part of me wishes that Charlotte didn't win the Rumble and it brought her back as the person that attacked Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
But
I didn't want it. I wouldn't want that for Charlotte because I don't feel that. Unfortunately, Jade Cargill, they built her up pretty good, but when she got there, she didn't match what they were selling, and I feel like and listen, you can make a storyline for anything. I could go with what you're saying, but I feel like again, I'm just going by Charlotte's character. I feel like you're not threatened by Jade. Let's keep it real because they ain't doing a good job.
If there's one match I want to see for Charlotte though, I'd rather see her go against Jade because I want to see what them two could put together.
Nah, Jade can't put nothing together, bro. She's too green still. It's the reason why they gave her a fake injury. I feel like Jade just needs time, bro. Like, Jade's not big. Jade's not. What happened, Anthony?
No, I was gonna say, unfortunately, with Jade, is her story or her character is built so far up. You can't shoot her down or it's over. So they gotta kind of like protect her and make her this big deal. Mm-hmm. But like even in the matches, like some of them girls be giving her work. I'm like, hold up, you're supposed to be the big chick. They be putting it on her. I was like,
well, that happens with everybody. Again, look at the Wyatts when they came in. They weren't invulnerable. They
put Jay in a tag team. We didn't see Jay on a singles run before she could face somebody like Charlotte. At least be like dominant.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake too. I mean, I see why they did it. Let her learn the WWE way through Bianca, but her and Bianca haven't had their feud yet.
That part too. Yeah, exactly. So I think they got.
I got a feeling that's going to be the Mania match for them too. I think.
Let me ask you a question while we're on this women's subject before we move to the men's, because we still got Becky and Asuka coming back at some point too, and all these girls are in NXT who are really really good. Some of them coming up now. I feel like WWE's got too many women. Like, how y'all feel about that?
So
women's division's on fire.
Today. I watched the thing with Bailey today, and Bailey actually said that. She said, we got a good problem, which is we got way too many women.
Yeah.
Like at any moment, any girl can come up and they could fit right in. So I think they do got a lot. I mean, it is good, right? It's like, wow, you got so many, but it's almost like, hey, maybe the TNA deal, we shouldn't bring over women because we already got too many. But I don't know.
That's a lot, and I feel like people get like lost in the shuffle or put in the back burner. Like now,
Blair Davenport.
EO right now just lost in a DQ match. She can't. Yeah. EO's one of the best, but she can't get back to the heavyweight to the title scene because there's too many goddamn women.
I got a theory about that, but as far as Mania predictions, I think it's going to eventually come down to EO and Rhea for the belt.
Well, I don't know how.
I think they started telling that story by Rhea causing the disqualification.
Okay.
Whether it's a case of Rhea thinking that she deserves it because you know what, I screwed you out of it, you deserve the title shot, or whether it's a case of basically they have like a free for all for that final spot at the Chamber.
Like what happened to all those other girls? Like some of them were in the Rumble. Were they in the Rumble? I don't even know if they were in the Rumble. Like the Isla Dawn and Fire chick, who had a tag team title just last summer.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And they're still in the roster. You just never see them. It's like too many goddamn women. You can't put nobody in matches no more. Or the other ones, the black girl and the white girl who do all the flips and shit like that.
I'm talking about Caden Chance and Carter.
What happened to them? They're still in the roster.
They're playing they mentioned them during the Rumble too. They said Shayna Baszler injured them.
Yeah, it's just like it's so many women, but nobody gets TV time.
Because Casey Catanzaro's her name. Katana Chance. She had the face mask on where she had the busted up orbitals and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Go
yeah,
ahead. We go to the
Let's
men's.
go
Though.
to this men's.
Yeah.
you don't even see them backstage hardly anymore either.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying. But they're on the roster though. They don't get paid though. That's just good for them. But they barely ever wrestle though.
But I always worry somebody's going to get fired. Like I said, Blair Davenport, she's getting lost in the shuffle right now. They called her up and they ain't done shit with her.
That they kept doing that. Well, what was that other chick that always had a knee brace? What was her name? Start with a T, I think.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look what happened to her. Her and Xylee.
Xylee was good. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Man, anyway, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Men's time.
And Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was great, man. He could do anything you wanted him to do, and he got canned. Man.
Hold on, let me get mad about the Xylee thing first, real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, bro, you want to stick to anything? They went on for like 2 months with the Protector. They had five things, little martial arts thing and everything. Hey, bro, like 2 weeks later, she was a bad guy. I was like, what? And I was like in for that ride. Like 2 weeks later, she was a bad guy. I was like, wait, hold up. What happened to the Protector? Wait, what?
Was that when Vince McMahon came back and took things over again?
Bro, who was behind that? I need to know.
I don't know. I just know
Because
right now,
that sounds like some
said,
Vince McMahon shit.
Bailey said it is a good quote unquote problem to have, but a lot of women they can't get a good run going. And now they got the pixie chick. She getting more shine now. Other chicks or whatever. Like
but Indy Hartwell's gone, and they had some stories they could still tell with her. It's like why did you fire Indy Hartwell, man? She was like Candice won the damn speed title, and they were
some
doing
of those
little,
girls,
social
honestly,
media vignettes with like Indy competing with her doing things fast. Like she was competing to do things faster, and Candice didn't even realize she was in a competition. Like they were doing funny shit like that to push the speed title, and like they just fired her mid doing all that.
And a couple of those girls.
It's cool that Candice found a little spot. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and a couple of those girls, like Lash, honestly, Lash is ready.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of the girls, but they can't come up because there's no spot for them in the main roster. That's what it means. Dave's right. Charles trash. Gets there, bro.
The sad part is that Jade Cargill is so huge as a character, but she sucks in the ring. This is why she got that fake injury. But as much as I hate Charlotte, she would destroy Jade in a match.
I agree, 100%.
I think Charlotte would be the one to make Jade look as good as she needs to. I mean, look at what Ric Flair did for Sting way back in Sting's early career. You know, Sting was green as baby shit, and Flair made him look like $1 million and taught him a lot. And
anyway, men's Royal Rumble.
And Sting's career took off after that. Sting was one of the top baby faces until he retired.
Yeah,
you know? Every time they tried to turn him heel, it didn't work.
All right, so let me pull up the men's thing.
All right.
Let's get back on into this.
I think Charlotte needs somebody to do that with.
We'll grab my phone. What are you doing now?
Because her dad always understood that the better you make your opponent look, the better you look in the end when you beat them. So like Flair just made a career out of making people look like $1 million, man.
Great, man.
And that's why he was so respected in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean that is cool. You know, if you got a big name, you kind of get back. That is cool.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's an understanding that, you know, like Cody says, it's a team sport. We're all working together. You know, one person might be the one that's getting all the shine, and like there can only be one at the top. But at the same time, like that being at the top doesn't mean shit if the supporting cast doesn't like do their part. You know,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
if nobody else is worth the shit, then you're the champion of what? Like, and nobody can touch you anyway.
That definitely makes sense. I just,
And that-
I'm along for the ride, so I don't complain. I don't really complain too much. I just kind of like, see what they give me, and just, hope I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean? So,
Just like I know we were talking about like the overall. The women did have a better variety and better surprises than the men's. But at the same time, during the men's match, the last 12 people in the ring I feel like any one of them I would have been happy to see in the main event at Mania, except Logan Paul. Fuck Logan Paul. But
well, when I heard that he was gonna be a full-time wrestler, so
I respect that he's wanting to put in the work, but I still don't like him. Yeah. As a person, I just don't like him.
Yeah, I try not to let my personal likes get in between. I mean, I guess I'm still annoyed with Bray Wyatt, but and that's your boy. But I try not to let that get to me too much.
But I mean, even Dominic Mysterio, I would have been okay with seeing him like make the Final Four or whatever. But I mean, because at least you could play him as that little conniving snake in the grass, you know. Hey, welcome back. You don't have any chicken shit heels, and Dominic plays a perfect chicken shit heel.
Yeah, Dominic's perfect what he does.
But like I said, I would have been happy seeing him win the Rumble. Like it would have been unexpected, and it would have been like, holy shit, whoa, what the fuck's going on here?
No, can't win a Rumble. Can't win a Rumble.
I'd have been okay with it. But
all right, so take us through it, energy.
Okay, so yeah, we start off with a perfect way to kick off the men's Rumble. You got Rey Mysterio and Penta.
That's cool.
30 seconds into the match, did both of Penta's feet touch?
Yes.
I think they did. It happened so lightning fast that they kind of played it off like the rest didn't see it or whatever, or it didn't happen.
It touched. Yeah.
But yeah, I think both feet touched. But other than that, I mean, them two just. I want to see an entire program with Rey and Penta. Them two would just burn it down. Number 3, poor Chad Gable. He has problems.
Can I stop you in between? I'm sorry because you go all too far. I'm not that impressed with Penta so far. I don't know if everybody else is. I don't know if it's because I didn't see him in Mexico or AEW or whatever, but he ain't did nothing really special to me. The only high flying thing he did was same thing we see Montez do every week: jump over the fucking and Sami Zayn, jump over the ropes. Like I've never seen him do it.
Well, he's
that running Canadian Destroyer is dope, but
yeah.
I think it's the people who know him. They like him more because they obviously know what extra he has. For me and you, like my first match, when I was like, okay, cool, it's built up. I got to see him. The only thing he did special for me is the run Canadian Destroyer in that first match. Second match, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to it too much. The third match, I was like, so I have yet to see him pull me in, and I think it's because he is a luchador, he is a high flyer, but we've seen that. So he just haven't done something I personally like wowed me, but I think other people have seen him, and plus WWE isn't gonna do his crazy stuff that's outside of WWE, right? So
yeah,
like him, y'all might not see the part of him that y'all telling everybody about.
That's what I'm saying.
There is the WWE way of doing things that's a lot more restrained than other promotions will let. Like, look at AEW. Everybody's running around doing fucking Canadian destroyers left and right and flying over top rope brainbusters, missing the top rope, and like just wacky bananas shit that's probably going to get somebody killed one day. With WWE, you know, they're working smarter, not harder, for one.
But it makes him, to me, less impressive as far as what I'm seeing. And even at the Canadian Destroyer, like once I've seen it once or twice, it loses something for me. I mean,
every match should be a story. And the problem with AEW is they're not interested in telling stories with their programs. They're interested in putting on 5-star matches. 5-star matches are all well and good, but if nobody's there to watch it because you're not drawing them in with the drama and the intrigue and the character development, then you're doing a 5-star match for 1,500 people. And there's got to be a balance. And I feel like, you know, WWE has great storytelling and great character development, and sometimes their matches are a little bit lackluster. Like there's a couple of moves that Penta does normally. Every time he's tried them in WWE so far, he's been cut off. But I think it's one of them things. Let them cook. Let them slow build it. Let them. Undertaker kind of had a mentality like that. The top rope dive the dive he does over the top rope. When did you ever see him do that? Did Did he bust it out at every match, or did he only bust it out at WrestleMania when it?
Yeah, but he wasn't. But he wasn't a luchador though. Luchador is supposed to share every fucking
Well,
match.
that's what I'm saying. The concept.
If you look at WCW's first,
don't miss the
matches.
forest for the trees. I'm not getting into the like. Taker's not clearly not a luchador, but what I'm saying is the big moves like that, he busts them out when it's important. Sami Zayn busted out a top rope brainbuster last year to Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. He doesn't do it every match.
What big special move are we waiting to see from him?
I'm thinking on the biggest stage where you're going to let him shine on a WrestleMania, a SummerSlam, they're going to let Penta go all out. But until then, you're going to get little bits and pieces. Like you'll get enough to keep you on the train. But the people that know what's coming are there for it. We know.
Yeah.
Like we know what to expect, but for WWE, like I said, there's a reason for the things that they do, and they don't want their people taking unnecessary risk unless it's a big, like Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. They could have been bleeding the entire time, but you didn't see them shed blood until the Hell in a Cell match when it meant something.
But let's say if I was the AEW or fan of his from before, but now I watch him now, I'm disappointed, right?
A little bit, but it's at the same time the anticipation's still there because you're looking at everybody else that hasn't seen Penta, and you're like, just wait, it's coming, wait.
I'm the fan already. I was just seeing it every week. Now I'm not, so now I'm mad because I don't see what I'm seeing every week.
Well, at the same time, you got to think too. The man's like 40 years old already. You don't want to see him get
40 years old.
Yeah, damn.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's been in the business for like 20 years.
Here's the thing. I think not to be mean, but I think it's called fan bias, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you like somebody, you kind of because I think I kind of get the logic of Mike. I would be like, hey, yo, this kind of sucks because they don't water down my favorite dude. But I think the fan bias is like, they gonna eventually bring it. It's like, bro, it's WWE. Don't forget, you know who they toned down when AJ Styles came? Remember he used to do that fast punch combo, spinning back fist, and hit the hell out of you. I think he probably like knocked a tooth out of Miz or something like that. Look like it's happening to Miz again. But they toned that down. It was like, hey. I remember Chris Jericho first came. He had a crazy little combos. So I feel like WWE, yes, they do tone things down. But anyway, at the end of the day, Penta's doing what listen, for me, he fits in with the high flyers and stuff like that. I just didn't see him do anything crazy besides that one thing. But for me, listen, I like his little thing. I don't get what that whole thing means. So the fans go crazy.
Cero Miedo, that's zero fear.
I think what he just said, just to close it out, what Energy said about WWE is correct. Not just him. It's him. It's Ray's old now. But even some of the other, you can see
Ricochet.
Not Ricochet. No.
Ricochet was more restrained than he was on the Indies.
Well, what's the other guy who
shit.
fought last night in the mask? Dragon Lee, I think. Yeah,
okay.
Them they're luchadors, but it's like WWE has made all the luchadors way watered down. If you go back and watch, like I said, WCW Cruiserweights, you see shit from 1997. That's crazy as fuck. You don't even see today. You would think you would see more now than you would see back then. But if you watch hold on real quick, you watch like a Juventud Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio match from like 97, you're like, oh my god, that's like incredible. Like
you don't even need to go that far. I think WWE probably exhausts themselves, but bro, I was the biggest fan of 205 Live.
Okay,
there you go. 205 Live, you watch any episode, you walk away like, what? They was doing the most crazy flying and jumping because everybody was under 205 pounds. But yeah, WWE, like since then, they kind of calmed it down a bit.
Well, if you watch
spot here and there, but
here and there,
match where it's like,
if you watch a Busted Open podcast, Bubba Ray Dudley talks about this all the time. How wrestling is supposed to be a roller coaster of emotions. Like if you got just a 5-star match, it's just balls to the wall the whole time, just big ass moves and high flying spots and crazy shit left and right. You can only chant "This is awesome, fight forever" so much before like you're up here, and then you're like, well, what else can we do? Like you stay up here, and there's nothing to really deviate.
But I can't. Go ahead.
Well, I think that, and we can move on. I think the thing is though, you're doing what I'm calling fan bias. You're a fan of his. What we're simply saying is, we're not saying the whole match you gotta go crazy. We're just saying like I haven't seen nothing special.
Yeah,
I think that's fair, right? That's all.
And I'm just saying one last thing. I'm gonna say I don't agree with Bubba because again, if you watch that WCW crew, that shit was every week between those wrestlers, like Costa's Rey Mysterio, who went to, and it never got tiresome. Eddie Guerrero, Billy Kidman, it never got tiresome, bro. And they were all crazy ass matches. So
keep in mind too, that was when WCW was running the cruiserweight division, and we hadn't really seen that style here in America, like up to that point.
205 Live. What are you talking about? Y'all probably didn't watch it.
I didn't watch
205 Live came way after WCW cruiserweight division. No, they're playing games, Cowboy.
205 Live was off the hook.
But I think another part of the problem is the internet wrestling community. Because let's face it, that's a pretty freaking toxic place, and quite a lot of them have some things to say negative about damn near everything. I mean, they hating on Jey Uso for. We'll get to that. But
go ahead, keep going. I don't want to.
But yeah, I mean, the internet needs to tone it down sometimes. That's all I'm going to say about that. But damn, we only in the third spot. Poor Chad Gable. He sucks against luchadors. He comes in. He's got 2 luchadors in the ring. Then you got Melo and Santos Escobar, another luchador. Santos move thiefing the hell out of everybody. He hit Ray with the 619, hit Penta with the running Canadian Destroyer. Santos, calm it down. Then Otis comes out. So Chad Gable's even more screwed. Mm-hmm. And then I think with the women's match, things didn't really pick up until about the time Jordan Grace hit the ring. But in the men's match, they did it earlier with Braun Breaker entering at number 7. Right. And that's what the first elimination came right away. He threw Melo's ass out of there. Tozawa was supposed to enter at number 8, but he got attacked by Melo. And I Show Speed's irritating little ass came in, and we got to talk about this. That man came in, helped Breaker eliminate Otis, and then he got destroyed.
Bro, I think he might have a concussion, bro. His head hit that mat hard.
He whiplashed like a good God. Now, I will say I don't like I Show Speed. I think he's he's a streamer that I might have less respect for than Logan Paul. But I will say that most celebrities that come into wrestling, they want to look like badasses. They want to be put over. They want to hit like the big power moves, the choke slams, all of that. They want to look like the biggest badass on the planet. There's not a lot of celebrities that'll come in there and say, "Hey, what can I do to make your guys look good? Well, like what can we do to this guy can destroy?" Like Jackass, their crew, that was kind of their thing, but not a lot of other people are going to come in and say, "You know what? Have Braun Breaker hit the ropes as fast as he can and just run me the fuck over." But Speed did that. It made Braun look like
the fucking throw was even horrible. Like Otis didn't even look.
The throw. So Logan Paul actually approached Speed backstage, and
he had a gash on his leg.
Speed had a gash on his leg. That was from when he went over the table and his leg hit the chair.
Yeah,
it ripped a couple of layers of skin off. But yeah, that was nasty. But
yeah, I was worried about his head. I mean, his head hit the mat, bang, because he didn't know that like when you get speared, you keep your neck forward. But
he tried to tuck his head, but there ain't much you can do when Braun Breaker's running at you.
But also 25 miles an hour. Also, if you look, he was still turning when Braun hit him.
Yeah.
Like, Braun started running when he was like, it's weird, like the whole spot, honestly, because Braun started running when he was still turned towards the hard cam, and like he wasn't like facing him or something.
Well, Speed did like so. Y'all, I'm assuming y'all guys have never been in the ring. You've never taken any kind of training or anything. Right. One of the things they teach you when you're wrestling is it's kind of an aesthetic thing. It's subtle. You don't realize it if you're watching. But all right, so let me back up. The first match Penta had in WWE with Chad Gable, the first 30 seconds or so of that match, did it look a little awkward to y'all for any reason?
I can't remember.
So if you watch the beginning of that match and anything looks awkward, it might be because they were wrestling a Mexican style, which in America, when you hit the mat, you always get up, left shoulder over right shoulder. If you're feeding in for a move, an arm drag, a headlock, whatever the case may be, you're going to feed the left arm. You're going to Irish whip people by grabbing their left arm and shooting them off. It's just a consistency thing. It cuts down on confusion, and it just, like I said, aesthetically, it looks better. when everything is everybody's on the same page. I know you're Irish whipping me. I'm going to give you my left arm. In Mexico, they'll work out both arms. So like Gable was actually working Penta with a Mexican style, and it looked a little awkward, but the fact that they were able to make the match look that good, it just cements the fact that Chad Gable was the perfect first opponent for Penta. But with Speed, they probably taught him whenever you feed into the move, you want to turn left over right. So you're actually turning to your right. So whenever Braun hit the ropes, he was already hitting that second rope before Speed turned around, and he had to do like a 270-degree turn. But I think Braun was hitting them ropes way faster than he anticipated. Like, he knew Braun was fast, but he didn't understand just how fast Braun Breaker hits them damn ropes.
I also think Braun felt like, bro, I'm a wrestler, you're not. I'm about to hit you.
You want me to smoke you? I'm going to smoke the fuck out of you.
Like, he hit him harder than he hit the regular wrestler.
He is a Steiner. I mean, I will say that.
they did hit hard as hell, both of them.
He comes from that old school, that way of training. Like, I guarantee you, his dad and his uncle showed him some things growing up that, like, if you're going to hit somebody, you better hit him.
So what's that?
Like that. Hold on. Like that Steiner line. They was hitting people hard as hell with that Steiner line back.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So Speed, is he dead? He might be. Next, we have Sheamus and Jimmy Uso coming out, doing their things, getting little pops, keeping it moving.
Big Jim!
Yeah, Big Jim. Happy to see Jim getting a little push too, man. His gear looks nice. I like that basketball jersey.
I know Anthony didn't like that Big Jim before, but it's kind of growing over the Big Jim thing.
Oh yeah,
His music grew on me too.
Yeah.
Jimmy's a good dude. I love it.
He got new moves. That little twisting moonsault he did. I'm like, where's this come from?
Uso in the wind.
You know what's crazy? I've been meaning. So a couple weeks ago, his nephew was going on and on about Jimmy does the what is it called? It's actually
the Whisper in the Wind.
Whisper in the Wind.
Whisper in the Wind, right? And so I was like, when the hell did he do that? He's like, what you mean? I swear, after that, he started doing it every day. I've been meaning to talk to Ray about that.
And the commentators even call it like Wade Barrett every time. Uso in the wind.
Yeah.
But he even busted one out in the Royal Rumble. I love to see it. Yeah. You had Andrade come out next, and then shit got real with Jacob Fatu. That man, I don't think he can do any wrong right now. And I'm going to bring it back to before he debuted, Anthony. There was a comment you made, and I'm like, damn it. You said, don't nobody know none of these people anyway. And what did I say? You're going to. And I don't think you understood what I was talking about, but I'm hoping you see it now. Jacob Fatu is something special, man. He's a monster.
What I don't like, and I don't want to go too off. I don't like on SmackDown, they made Damian Priest like not afraid of him at all. And that's good for Damian Priest.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he was the first person to like have no fear looking in Jacob's eye. And again, that's good for his persona, but it made it the first time I felt like, it kind of backed Jacob.
He's not the first. He is the first that they let put hands on Jacob, but he wasn't the first because they did tease about a month and a half ago on Raw. They teased a face down between Jacob and Braun Breaker. And
the Rumble.
And I mentioned, it would be smart of them to tease it again in the Rumble, but don't let them two go at each other. You like kind of build that up and get the anticipation up. And you could build that up all the way until next year's Mania. They can be staring each other down all year long.
Plus somebody got to be a face.
Never lay hands on each other.
But somebody got to be a face by then. So I think they got to change somebody.
Well, Braun Breaker kind of already is. Nah. I mean, he acts like an asshole, but the fans are behind him. The fans are behind Jacob too. But
he only faces against faces. He's still heel right now.
You can do heel against heel. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I mean, Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker would be the match. I think
if by then they make Breaker a full face and Jacob's still a monster, I think that'll be a great match.
And Breaker does have that sympathy vote right now too, because he even pulled Adam Pearce to the side. Look, I've been an Intercontinental Champion. You ain't done nothing with me, but what's going on? What can I do? I want to defend this belt. The fans want to see me. Let's go talk about what we can do. Like he basically got in Adam Pearce's face and said, "We need to talk about some business."
Yeah, I
So
agree.
he does have that sympathy vote. I agree. We want to see Braun Breaker. Put him in the ring.
I feel like it was a little off how not afraid at all Damien was. Like
I think the part of Damien's character. Damien ain't scared of
Yeah.
nobody though.
He's a street fighter, man. He wasn't scared of Gunther. Why would he be scared of Jacob?
That's like 2 months ago. Yes, the new Damien.
Yeah.
The new Damien.
I think Damien needs to stand tall, especially if he's basically going to be the modern day kind of supplement for the Undertaker. Like he might not be the face of fear, but he does need to have that mentality. Like I'm going to face down anybody. I'm not going to back down.
Listen, ever since Gunther, you know what changed when Gunther called him street trash? They took it and ran with it.
Yeah,
like, they took that and ran with it. So I like it. I was just like, oh man, they really like. He looked down, like he looked. I mean, he's tall dude too. I just felt like this was the first time I seen somebody look down at Jacob, and I felt like, yo, he about to whoop Jacob. Like he looked at Jacob like, bro, you better get out my face.
They still got to do Jacob versus Roman at some point too. I feel like so.
Jacob and who?
Roman.
Yeah.
Jacob and Roman. Yeah.
Well, there's a few things they need to do before they get to Jacob and Roman. I
and where the hell is Solo at? Anyway, I'm sorry. That's off topic, but go ahead.
But there is one more person that wasn't scared of Jacob, but that's his cousin. So you kind of like Jay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jay. He keeps staring at me like that. I'm gonna whip his head.
Oh yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Energy.
But, all right. So after Jacob Fatu comes out, you kind of got the seeds being planted for a Ludwig Kaiser and Penta feud when Kaiser tries to set the record for fastest elimination. And they did follow that up on Raw, which I like to see. I think they're kind of hinting at a team up between Kaiser and Pete Dunne a little bit here.
Yeah.
Miz comes out next and acts like the Miz. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry comes in, I think at number 15. Sheamus is highly entertained. He's sitting back in the corner enjoying every bit of Joe Henry being in there until Jacob breaks up that party, and you have a stare down between Sheamus and Jacob, which it's like you have so many guys that all you got to do is have Jacob stare at him, and you want to see that match. I wasn't even thinking about Jacob and Sheamus until Sheamus was like, "What's your problem?" I was enjoying that, and now I want to see Sheamus and Jacob Fatu go at it. Number 16, Roman Reigns hits. 17, Drew McIntyre comes in, says it started with you, it's going to end with you. He goes straight for Roman. For whatever reason, he takes his foot off the gas, which didn't make much sense to me. I think Drew should have stayed on Roman the entire time he was in the ring. It would have just made more sense. Finn Balor comes out. And did y'all notice during his entrance they had that little green light, like some little Firefly drone kind of thing, just kind of?
No, I noticed they changed his damn music. That bothered me.
Yeah, they did that a couple of weeks ago. I hate it. That's another. What's the name of that damn band? Def Rebel thing.
His when they remixed his music, it's kind of like how they did with they did that before. Oh, The Rock, when they kind of remixed The Rock music when they slowed it down.
Yeah.
When they did that Finn music, I literally downloaded that, would listen to that in my car.
Finn's music right now is the new Judgment Day music that Def Rebel created. I don't understand why they did that. I love
the old Judgment Day
I love the Alter Bridge music that they were coming out to.
Yeah,
but
doom. I love that Judgment Day music.
That shit was amazing. But
yeah. Finn's remix music itself was amazing. You should just come out with that.
A lot of the remix music that they're coming out with, I'm not into. They need to get rid of Def Rebel. If they need to, just hire actual bands to come in and do, like Rhea Ripley has Motionless in White doing her song. Edge had Alter Bridge. You have freaking CM Punk coming out to Cult of Personality. Like Sandman, they should have let that man come into Metallica from the rip instead of playing that generic shit. Like
the company that did the Miz music, they did a couple songs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I mean, there's something to be said about one band doing everybody's music. There's a good reason for everybody sounding the same, and it's irritating. Let Finn Balor come out to the old Judgment Day music, y'all. Get rid of this trash. But no, yeah, there's something I noticed during his entrance that there was like a little green light. It looked like little wings like fluttering with a little green light. It looked like a drone or something. People were calling it a firefly. I don't know what that was, but it was just kind of weird. Shinsuke Nakamura comes out next before Jey Uso, AJ Styles, and Braun Strowman all hit the ring.
Hold on, real quick. I'm liking Shinsuke, man. I'm liking his whole.
Yes.
They repackaged him, but they took his old music again. They remixed his music, slowed it down. You know, he's a heel, and I'm liking it. The cold, crazy look, and I'm like
the samurai mask he comes out with, the face paint. He's got the Great Muta mist going. Yeah, Shinsuke. I'm really liking the updated gimmick for him, and that even his Titantron, that dark blue background with the blood red moon, that just looks it just pops. I loved it.
So much that I was annoyed when they changed it, but it's just perfect.
Yeah, for Shinsuke it is. I mean, I never was into him when he was like coming out moving like a damn crackhead. And I just never could get into him. But
his music was fire though.
Yeah, his music's always been good. But this methodical, creepy.
Yeah, I like him better now a little bit, but that doom, that was fire.
Yeah. But like you said, even when you slow it down, it sounds creepy. It sounds haunting. When that music hits, you're like, oh shit, what the hell is he gonna do to me? You know. I really love this new package for Shinsuke. I'm hoping they do some big things with him. I can see him winning the world title.
And you can see like he a real martial artist, like in real life, like Shinsuke knows his shit.
I can see this Shinsuke holding the world title again.
After they played him, not again.
Yeah. He didn't win it before?
No, I said again.
Oh yeah, he needs a world title then. Give this man the belt.
They played him. He won the title.
Man. The next three entrants, number 23, 24, 25, with Roman Reigns in the ring, I thought that these next three were going to be the last four. It was John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. And there was about 4 minutes where them four were just standing in the ring and not doing a damn thing, and that crowd was losing their damn minds. That's what wrestling should be. You don't have to be throwing each other off the top of 20-foot ladders through tables on the outside of the ring. You don't have to be, flying all over the place and hitting each other with broken light bulbs. When you got some people that can stand in the middle of the ring and have the crowd reacting like that, it's gold.
You know what the cool thing is? I mean, listen, I love wrestling, but that's all storytelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody that story built you here, and somebody's story built you here. You have them stand there, and everybody's just going crazy from the story. Nobody's like, "Oh, well, his special move is so cool, and his special move is so cool. I love it." No, you're like, this the whole story that you built. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at when Roman Reigns and Solo finally tied into it. That first Raw on Netflix, the first 2 minutes of the match was them working a collar elbow tie-up, which, granted, that was a love letter to the origins of wrestling. But, like, you have no idea how much I appreciated that spot because, I mean, they're working a collar elbow tie-up, and it looks like the most competitive thing in the world. Stuff like that, I love to see. And I go back to what Bubba Ray Dudley was saying about the emotional roller coaster. Wrestling is supposed to make you angry. It's supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to have you crying. It's supposed to have you laughing. Like, there's supposed to be something for everybody on different levels. It's supposed to take you on that wave. You're along for the ride. When you're up here all the time, at some point it's going to get boring, and people are going to have to do crazier and crazier shit. There's only so much crazy shit you can do before people are like, yeah, I've already seen it all.
You gotta have a mix of both, and even if you have I'm gonna give you an example, like Lyra Valkyria, she'll get no pop. I'm sorry. When she comes out, whatever, like that. So sometimes when I'm watching her shit, I'm bored as shit because it's like even though she's actually a pretty good wrestler, because she don't have no pop and the crowd never with her, I'm like, all right, go with the next match.
Unfortunately, so there's different fans, right? Some people just like, oh, that match was amazing, but I think we are saying that we do like that story, because even though they put who could win the the women's intercontinental. I was like, she definitely could win, but
Mhm.
it's like I thought they would have did something with her.
Right, she get no pop. Which come out. You notice that shit? Like no, it be quiet as hell.
Even the qualifying match during the tournament for the IC belt, the match she had with Io was an amazing match.
Right.
But it's like
The fans didn't share what she
crowd was
won.
dead.
Like,
Yeah, she was hitting Io with some crazy ass moves too. I'm like, damn, this girl can go. And I'm watching. I'm into the match, watching it on my TV, but I'm looking at everybody just kind of sitting down, playing on their phones and everything. I'm like, what are y'all doing, man?
That's the problem because that stage presence didn't grab. Right?
Mhm.
So
About the only time anybody really gets behind her is during her entrance when they're doing the woo.
Yeah. Woo. All right, what we got next? So, we went to
So number 26, we got Dominic Mysterio.
Dirty Dom.
Yeah, Dirty Dom coming in like a little snake. Then that final little run, you got Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, LA Knight, Logan Paul. There was a little bit of a snafu. Word that I'd been hearing is that Priest was supposed to eliminate Drew McIntyre before Logan Paul came into the ring. And Drew was pissed off backstage because he was like, there's stories to be told, but we got to put that on the back burner because certain people got to get their moves off.
They say something about LA Knight though with that.
They were saying something about him being mad at LA Knight, but I watched it back like when we were starting this stream, and I didn't see where LA Knight would have gotten in the way of anything. I did see.
Well, if you look at it, when Priest goes to dump out Drew, he bumps LA Knight, who's attacking Logan Paul.
Well, this was after Logan Paul was in the ring, but the whole spot was supposed to be Drew was trying to throw Jey Uso out, and then Priest was supposed to dump Drew McIntyre out.
Correct, but they bumped into Logan Paul.
Before that happened, Drew and Jay were in the middle of the ring working. They were about to go into that spot, and then Logan Paul picked Jey Uso up and hits him with like a kick or some kind of crazy little backbreaker or whatever. That move kind of messed up the flow, and by the time Drew picked up Jay and threw him out, LA Knight and Logan Paul were staring each other down for the next spot that was supposed to happen because LA Knight was supposed to be staring, and that's when the three of them bumped into LA Knight, and it just kind of looked like a clusterfuck.
It was, and then Michael, they were so late calling Drew being thrown out, it lost the moment. Because it was like they were talking about LA Knight and Logan Paul, and then I guess they're trying to build to where with Drew, and also Drew's also already mad apparently, because that spot of him getting eliminated by Damian Priest was set up him and Priest for Mania, and Drew was like, "I get Priest for Mania." Like
there's no title or nothing on the line, which we don't know yet. I mean, who's to say that Priest couldn't win the U.S. title before then? It could be for a belt. I mean.
There's the title. I think it's about the fact that he felt like that. From what I'm hearing, he felt like that he had the greatest feud of the year with CM Punk last year.
Yep.
The greatest match of the year with CM Punk last year. He's doing
some of the greatest work of his career.
Where he felt like he deserves a better story, story and opponent for WrestleMania than just a battle with Damian Priest for no reason. I feel like so. Drew was really pissed off. I think he wanted to continue this whole bloodline bully thing. And fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's what I think Drew wanted. Which
I agree with him. He does deserve a little bit more than just a random mid-card battle. And so does Priest, honestly. But
unfortunately,
there's only so many spots.
So it kind of sucks. I mean, I don't know. I have to think to myself who I think he should go against. But let's get to the end of this so we could kind of...
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, before.
Well... who I thought was going to be the final four actually came down to the final six, and then three of them got eliminated and left Logan Paul and Jey Uso in the damn ring.
Yeah, I hated that.
But I was telling my wife, if Logan Paul wins this match, I'm boycotting. But thankfully, he got his ass thrown over, and they decided to swerve us. We all thought John Cena was going to win, go to Mania, cash in, but they actually let Jey Uso win. Again, you never know what was going to happen. So I love it for Jey. I'm happy for Jey. I'm excited. He's my boy. I'm so proud of him. and everything that he's doing right now. And I'm happy as hell that they were able to get us like that, because I'm not a big Cena fan.
Yeah.
But me not liking Cena as much as I have over the years, I still kind of did want to see him go over. But there's something to be said about him being the runner-up, though, because he was the runner-up in 2005. It came down to him and Batista, and John Cena went on to WrestleMania to beat JBL for the title. 5 years later, in 2010, it came down to Edge and John Cena. Edge threw John Cena out of the Royal Rumble, so for the second time, he was the runner-up, and he again went to the WrestleMania and beat Batista for the belt. So every time John Cena becomes a Royal Rumble runner-up, he wins the belt at Mania. So
I think that
something I can't wait to say, but go ahead, Mike. Because
my issue is more with it's more with Punk not winning. To be honest with you, not with Cena not winning, and I don't like the fact in both matches. I don't like who they made the final 2 or 3 or 4. Like I don't like the fact that Roxanne was the runner-up. I feel like they could have had Charlotte, Bayley, Bianca, like the big hitters as like the final 4. Charlotte still could have won, whatever. But I don't like the fact they're throwing that. And then in this one, Logan in the final 3, it bothered me or whatever.
Having him come out of number 30 bothered me.
If they would have had Cena, Seth, Punk, and Roman as the final 4, you would have been like, I don't know what the hell gonna happen or whatever like that. So I feel like that I don't like the final of it all. I don't mind Jay winning myself. I like Jay. I mean, Jay is only an okay wrestler. Let's be honest. He got 4 moves, but I think he's popular as hell. And you know what I mean. I'm happy for Jay. That's what I'm saying. So.
all right, I'm dying to talk to y'all about this.
Go ahead.
Wrestling is psychology. We know it, right? Talk about missed opportunity. Now, a couple months ago, I remember saying Jay is so over. Give this man a belt, right?
Yeah.
You know the crazy thing is, when he won, I was like so disheveled. And this is the missed opportunity. You could have kept the same 3 people. Why you got John built up as he want to get 17? You got Jay in there, he's so over. You got Logan in there that he's the heel, and you hear that, he's going to sign on to be a full-time wrestler. Cool. So for me, I was like, I mean, this would be crazy because Triple H praised Logan, how great he could wrestle. If they want to build up the Mania, give him some crazy one if he won, and he won at Mania, this is crazy. Now he's a superstar. Here's my problem, the psychology. Bro, who wrote this BS? All they had to do was make Logan put out Cena. The crowd will be so mad at Logan. He get the super heat, and then Jay put out Logan. It's like he vindicated Cena, and he won. If you notice at the end, bro, when the crowd panned back, now maybe everybody was tired because the Rumble was long. At the end, it wasn't that many people doing this. When the crowd panned back, I was like, this is the least amount of people I've seen. Because I'm like, once they had them 3, I'm like, Cena's getting it. Cena's getting it. So all the Cena fans and all of what you selling, people was like, Cena's getting it. Now, I don't have a problem with Jay getting it. I think Jay is so over the merchandise. He's trying to stick with the kids. Makes sense. But you making Jay put out Cena, I bet a lot of people was like, wait, what? Cena's not. I was so like, wait, did he really just put out Cena? It almost like you backfired and you took momentum from Jay by making him put out Cena, because at that point, I think a lot of people wanted Cena. And I was like, that was a missed opportunity. I feel like the roof would have kicked off way more for Jay if he put out Logan.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I will say, though, it was a beautiful subversion of expectations, though, because whenever Cena got him up for the attitude adjustment, everybody was like, that's it. He's about to dump him, and that's it. But as soon as his feet touched the inside of the ring, I was like, are they really going to – and before I could get the thought out of my head, are they going to pull the trigger? He pushes Cena off the apron. I'm like, they did it.
You know what I want to say a few things. You know what I think? I think that that Jay is so over, and they thought about going back to 10, 11 years ago when Daniel Bryan was so over and he didn't win the Royal Rumble. and then the fans had to like get him in, and they don't want to miss a gravy train when somebody is that over to have them win and whatnot. This will probably be Jay's only main event WrestleMania. I mean, not only his second one, I guess, but only singles WrestleMania event ever in his life. It's over after this. I promise you that. But they're gonna let him.
Said, real quick, he said, "I think they haven't sold Jay as a threat to Gunther, so it doesn't feel as big of a match." Now,
go ahead. I will say that too. The problem is that part. Also, Jay just lost last week, 1 week ago, to Gunther, and we saw Gunther beat people much bigger and better than Jay over these last few years. So I think that's also a reason why they probably shouldn't have did that Jay versus Gunther match last week and then have him challenge him right now.
Something you said is obvious. Jay is not a great wrestler.
Right.
Jay is terrible on the microphone.
Yes.
Jay has that it factor, and it's cool.
He breaks character all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Cool? It just shows the locker room. Hey, bro, y'all gotta start doing something special. Get some charisma. Jay got the charisma, and he just that it factor is what he has right now.
He is who he is.
Kind of walked into it just like the yes chance. Like people always say, did the yes movement make Daniel Bryan, or did Daniel Bryan make the yes movement? Well, go back to Jay. Like whenever he decided to do the whole thing, and remember at first they had they was in the other country, so they put up the lights. Yeah. So everybody was like, "Whoa!" And
when they were doing the fireflies,
fireflies. So it was like a big deal. It just happened, like Seth, singing.
It's an organic movement.
And people forget. People were singing for Sammy before. People were singing for Shinsuke before Seth. Yeah. So it just so happened. I feel like, to be real, everything's better about Jimmy besides Jay.
Yes.
And Jay has admitted that too.
He can actually be on the mic. He got way more charisma. Like,
he's a better wrestler.
Jay took an opportunity. Talk about Jimmy got injured and Jay just stepped into it. And I know he didn't think this would ever happen. But at the end of the day, it's like, only thing I will say that's cool. When Gunther beat him and he did say, "I know I could beat him," that was cool because that was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, he really feel like if he get a chance again, he's going to do it.
He'll probably do it because they'll want to send the fans home happy. It'll probably be a big moment.
You talk about charisma and you talk about authenticity. One of the things, we talked about during the Rumble, the biggest pop was Alexa coming back. During Monday Night Raw, did y'all notice what the biggest crowd pop of the night was?
It's Jay.
It was Jay Uso, but not specifically when he was in the ring. He started getting choked up. As soon as that tear came rolling down his cheek, dude, that crowd went bananas. Because
I'm gonna say what's gonna happen
because he's being real. Like you feel Jay when he's in the ring. He might not be great on the microphone. He might not be. He might break character all the time, but he is who he is, and you feel it whenever he's in there. When he's talking,
he's going to win at Mania. And he'll lose the belt before maybe at SummerSlam. He won't have it for real.
He might lose it at Backlash, but
the only thing I'll say is this: the only reason why I might not agree is he's smart. One of them promos he was talking, or back at the press conference, he was like, "Yeah, man, we got to do it for the kids." I'm like, "Oh, that's slick." Then notice when he came out, he always come out with the kids. He's making sure because his merchandise going crazy. So
I get it, bro, but I don't see him holding the belt from Mania to Mania like Cody's about to do right now. I think he's gonna lose that bitch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's gonna lose that bitch by SummerSlam. But they'll win.
At the end of the day, they're gonna have to. At some point, they're gonna be like, either his wrestling gotta like jump up crazy. He gotta be crazy on the microphone. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be like, bro, you really are a tag team wrestler in the singles division.
One more thing I want to talk about. I missed it. I guess I was on the phone. I'm sorry. We talked about Jacob Fatu and the whole Braun Strowman thing. Speaking of that thing too, last week, he destroyed Braun. Braun's bleeding from the mouth. He got all these different moves off on him. Braun's supposed to be gone for weeks right now. For Braun to come out like, I'm good, I'm straight, and to throw Jacob out, I think that's bad booking to me. Because it was only 1 week ago when he supposed to have destroyed him. The same way that kind of, when Big Bronson Reed did it to Braun. Braun was out for like 3 weeks or whatever like that. Yeah. For Braun to come back 1 week later, like he's good, I think it's bad
I'll
booking.
say this. I'm glad you brought that up because we definitely skipped over that, and I thought we were going to get to it.
And there's something. Yeah, I'll get.
What I think was fair. One, what Bronson Reed did to him, he dove off so that was way more menacing. He just kept doing hip attacks and did his special. I don't think that was that big of a deal. But what I will say is, I'm kind of happy they brought letting Braun, because Braun is just going down. Braun is just going downhill. But by him throwing Jacob out, it kind of gives you that illusion, like, okay, you ain't the new Big Show where you're gonna get beat up by everybody. So I think that was good for his character, and maybe if he SmackDown, he could use this to make him be like, bro, I'm just not gonna Big Show me. You're not just gonna have me lose to everybody, and I'm the big dude. So hopefully.
Well, something they had to do too. They had to find some way to convincingly get Jacob Fatu out of there, and how better than to get the biggest guy on the roster to throw him out? Because with Jacob going out, it did something for later in the match. It was the first thing Jacob did whenever he got eliminated. He cleared off the table. He cleared off that announce table. That set up the Logan Paul spot later where he jumped to it.
The thing is, though, is that Saturday, let's be honest, Saturday main event has been like not great, right? Like, I'm sorry. It's been
it never was really. I mean, it's a way to showcase WWE talent on like a network TV.
But it seemed like for regular fans, it's like no point to watch it. We can skip it and watch Raw. We'll be fine. But at least that one had, Jacob destroyed Braun. So it's like,
and there was blood on NBC.
Right. So we saw him like become this monster that can like destroy you and put you out.
And they didn't have another option backstage that they could have put in Braun's place.
I think he'll come back a week later, like made it all like for naught. Like
I don't know if y'all saw it during the pre-show. There was one point where they were talking, and in the background you saw Goldberg walk by.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
what was I talking about?
So Goldberg was there.
They we skipped over. How I felt about the whole Seth crash out and what he did to Roman. We skipped over that too.
Yeah, let's get to that. So okay.
I was going to say something about that. I have a feeling that they're setting up a triple threat at Mania between them three.
I don't want a triple threat, man.
I don't either, but if they tell the story right, they could make it make sense. But, I mean, them three hate each other so much right now.
Let me tell you what I want. All right, so now we got to the end. One, curb stop's supposed to be 1 foot. My man, the first one was both feet on his head.
He hates Roman.
That first one was on the back of his neck and his hand. Like, he caught the shit out of him, that stomp on the ground.
Yeah, that was wild. Now,
I'm worried about Roman.
Listen, just do this, all right? Jay versus Gunther. Just have Seth versus Roman. Do not add Punk in it. And, bro, let Punk win the chamber and go against Cody.
Yeah. You got that's good booking right there. I like that. That's solid booking right there. I like that. Yeah. That's good.
And what do you do with Cena?
You're going to cheapen the story.
Cena versus Logan or whatever.
Oh, Cena versus who?
Logan Paul.
You want Cena's last with Mania to be against Logan Paul?
I mean,
so here's the problem. Okay, so Mike, did you see?
It would get a lot of views. The guy got 25 million YouTube followers. Like, did you see
the press conference?
Yeah, I saw both. Yes, I saw what Cena said. Yeah, I saw it.
All right, so the cool thing is what Cena said. So my thing is this: if we're doing what Cena said, I almost feel like Cena probably would want a bigger opponent. Like he's making it like this is the no joke Cena. For the company Cena, I would see he would go against Logan, help build Logan up, but beat Logan. But I feel like now we need to give him a legit person to go against. The problem is who?
Right. If Cena wins the chamber and goes against Cody, let's say, then where do you are still with triple threat with Seth, Roman, and Punk.
Unless you do the Seth and Roman thing, and then you go with Punk and Logan, because on SmackDown the night before the Rumble, Punk was talking shit to KO. I've never lost to Logan Paul, and then what happens the next night? Logan Paul
Punk's too big for that right now. He's too big and too over for a big card match versus Logan Paul. Yeah, that's bad, but that's horrible booking. Punk ain't doing that, bro.
Unless they make it make sense. If Logan Paul comes out there and just straight up is a nuisance to CM Punk, then Punk at some point is going to be like, you know what? Fuck you,
Punk's in a much,
I'm going to drop
in a much bigger thing with Roman and Seth right now. He ain't dropping down to Logan Paul. I can see Cena versus Logan more like see Punk versus Logan.
Or here's another way they could go with it. What if we just leave Roman Reigns off of Mania altogether because they're saying he's injured? CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, and what if Roman comes back during Mania?
Listen, Punk will probably quit if he got to go against Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame him either. To be honest with you.
Drew gonna go against them. We still got Drew.
They said Drew gonna face Priest. Oh no,
Yeah.
I told you. He's mad about it a little bit. So, but let me say something.
Well,
if Roman does fight, if they do make it a triple threat like Roman, Seth, and Punk, that Jey Uso Gunther match will not be a main event. It's going to be Roman, Seth, and Punk will be the main event.
Jey and Gunther will probably end up opening the show.
Right. It will not be the main event.
The problem with Jey and Gunther is, like you said, it was just last week. It's just kind of like, and they fought before also. Like now, I love that Gunther on Raw was like, look, if you pick me, I'm gonna like make it hell for you every week. So if they could give you that feeling that there's no way he's gonna win, and he getting beat up every week, but then he still win, we could get that, you know. But we all know at this point he's gonna win, right? Oh, hold on, my son just wrote something. I think he's listening. He said, somebody big is gonna have to eat less than the storyline.
So Drew already doing it with Priest, whatever, I guess.
So all right. So here's the deal. Like last year for Mania, what did we have? 7 matches the first day and 6 the second, or 6, 7, something like so. 13 matches overall.
It was 7 and 6. I was at night too. We both were actually, man.
We were talking about earlier. There's 11 titles. So and we're already talking about 3 different matches that have no title implications whatsoever.
Well, I don't think you're going to see the women's tag team match.
I don't think so either. I think if anything, you're going to see Bianca versus Jade.
Yeah, you might see one.
Maybe a triple threat: Bianca, Jade, Naomi.
Yeah, you might see one.
Wait. I think Naomi's the one behind the Bianca thing.
Me too.
I think Bianca was the one.
Was she in the ring when it happened? Bianca?
She was, but I mean,
that wouldn't make no sense either. Hey, I attacked my partner because.
What if she attacked her and they didn't find her until the mid match?
No, but what would be her motives though? And please give me some motives. I need to hear this.
Jealousy.
What?
Jade's bigger. She's stronger. She's a little bit more powerful. She's got a better look. I mean,
nothing you have said. I feel like Jade should be jealous of her. Like Bianca literally is like out wrestling her, outshining her, out everything. I mean, yeah, story wise, I guess you could say that.
Like I said, Jade does look the part. She is bigger and stronger. I mean,
if you have Naomi say she did it, right? Well, she probably did, and she fights Jade, where does that leave Bianca? Bianca's gonna be on Mania. She'll defeat Mania. She's the Undertaker. The
big match they've been setting up since they put Jade and Bianca together was to have them two at Mania.
But how do you get it? That's the question.
That's the question. I mean,
but I don't know. We'll see about that.
I mean, Bianca doesn't necessarily.
Oh, you know what? You know what I can see?
Attacked her. She could be the one that paid somebody off to attack her.
No, here we go, Anthony. Bianca did not attack her, but Jade is mad that Bianca chose Naomi to replace her. Jade attacks Bianca. There you go. That's how it happened. Jade becomes the heel.
But we still
I think.
Well, what happened?
I think they to me, I would love to see it if they started making it look like it was Naomi behind the attack the whole time, and then at the last minute, like, no, it was Jade comes back and was like, no, it was you the whole time, Bianca. Like, to me, that would add more fuel to the fire.
There's no motive, though. It gotta have a motive.
Just because you don't see the motive right now, don't mean there ain't one, Cowboy. Let them cook. They can come up.
That's cooking with no grease. You burning this pot up. This food's gonna be terrible.
I agree with him on that. There's no motive though. I think,
like I said, you put the two of them side by side. To me, Jade looks more like a superhero. Like the girl is a rock star.
No, that's fine, but you gotta have motive.
She might not have she might be greener in the ring, but at the same time, she was gaining momentum.
Wrestle that they had storylines, man.
You don't pay attention to the story half the time anyway, cowboy. What you talking about?
No, I do. I'm saying that like just because she looked better than her or more physical, that's not a great like all I'm saying is if they
have you not been paying attention to women your whole life? Women are petty as fuck. They will find the most petty reason to be mad at another woman.
Partners, I would be right with you. But they literally was the champions. Oh, hold on, my son's about to pop on.
But Bianca, did Bianca ever want to be a tag team champion? Bianca was a singles wrestler. I mean, she had just had the world championship at SummerSlam last year before Io pinned her. I mean, Bianca, it's in her entrance music. I never needed you at all.
Bro, let me just come in.
Bianca has been acting like a heel from day one. Bianca calls herself a baby face, but she acts like a heel all day. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh my God.
So what's up? What's up, Eric?
What's up, guys? I was gonna say I don't. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not sure if this.
Oh, wait, this is your first? I thought you was on here one time. Remember?
Yeah, but I haven't done it through this thing before.
Okay, got you. All right, we're looking good. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. It's some things y'all were talking about. I thought another idea, maybe somehow they can work it, because I feel like they've done the Sammy and KO thing 1,000,001 times. Maybe somehow they work CM Punk into that, and maybe that's not too low for him.
Sammy and KO gonna be a Mania match, bro. But I feel what you're saying though. And it wouldn't be too low of a card. But I feel like Sammy and KO, because Sammy, I think KO is still low key mad at Sammy, just like Cody for teaming up with Roman. I think it's gonna be the Mania match, and now he's gonna say KO gonna say he's mad at Sammy and actually help him versus Cody. He just stood there and watched him basically. So I feel like that's KO's one.
You seen Raw, Mike?
Huh?
You seen Raw?
I did see Raw. Yeah, I see when KO came out and beat up Sammy. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I think KO going to say that that's his motivation. He's going to help him versus Cody, and then you're going to have a Sammy.
I needed your help, and you just sat there.
Right, and you got a Sammy KO match at Mania. I think the KO Punk promo was just more for Mania. I think KO staying on SmackDown, Punk staying on Raw. I feel like you don't get that at all.
No, yeah, that do make sense.
Yeah, in my opinion. Because Drew is supposed to, when Friday comes, they're gonna say he made it through the transfer window to go to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're gonna want to fight Priest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that at all. But
I know nobody cares about that. Not even Drew.
Drew McIntyre.
In all fairness, though, the man has worked really hard.
He has.
No, yeah, like.
It's too many spots, though, like y'all said.
It's only enough spots. It's only but so many spots. So.
And that's what I was getting at. Like, we got 11 titles to defend. I don't think the women's title is going to be like that's. The women's title is going to be a free for all between somehow Bianca, Jade, maybe Naomi in there, depending on who turns heel and who does what.
What title?
The
women's tag titles.
Oh, tag title.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be defended. If anything, they're going to be kind of lost on the shuffle. They might be defended on SmackDown the night before.
Honestly, I think they're going to be lost by then. I think they're going to lose those titles before Mania.
To who?
Bianca and Naomi. I think they're going to lose them to
Lash and Jakara, PFC.
I think they're going to lose them to Liv and
Raquel.
Liv and Raquel. Yep, that's what I think.
Yeah, I can see it.
Liv has pinned both of them twice, back-to-back nights.
Yeah,
she pinned Bianca and she pinned Naomi, or vice versa.
I might have missed this, but who do you guys think Charlotte's choosing?
I think she's choosing Tiffany. Yeah,
I think it's a missed opportunity if she don't choose Rhea. It's just crazy. I've been literally talking about this. Like, it would be so dope. I was talking about it when Rhea wasn't even the champ. And then when she got the belt back, it was like, oh, that will be so cool. This could happen. So I just feel it's a missed opportunity if she don't pick Rhea. But I don't see. I mean, listen. As long as she go on SmackDown and Tiffany have some amazing like trash talk or something, then I'll be in. You can sell me, but it just the history of Charlotte winning and taking her belt, and then years later she winning and taking Charlotte belt, and now you get the rubber match. It could literally be like whose storyline could have pulled off those big matches, win the Rumble, then Mania, beat you for your title. Years later, like you can't get this again.
Yeah, it's Austin Rock basically 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, Mania or whatever. But
That
yeah,
is
I feel
true.
you.
Yeah, that is
Just
true.
saying.
So
I just don't know, but then Anthony, who does Tiffany face? See, it's always
Yes.
about who does Tiffany face.
and that was the next question I was about to ask. If she chooses Rhea, who does Tiffany face? If she chooses Tiffany, who does Rhea face?
I think they could work a Nia Jax storyline, right?
Nia and Tiffany would be good. Yeah,
It would be good.
they haven't the match.
Listen, Tiffany could face Bianca, and Naomi could face Jade. Once you find out it was really Jade, really Naomi.
Bianca ain't getting the title match this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Do you guys really believe Bianca's getting the title?
Tiffany just got it not that long ago, so Tiffany needs to beat whoever's gonna challenge. So
Agreed.
regardless of who challenger, I think.
And it needs to be a top tier opponent.
Yeah,
I think you might get.
I think Nia. Did she face Nia, right? Or no? Not
No,
yet, right?
She cashed in. She cashed in and
Nia.
beat her, but
Right.
they haven't had an actual match yet.
Yeah, they got the whole story there.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be like really good. Like, imagine if Nia gets in the chamber and then win and be like, "Oh, Tiffany, I'm coming for you." They'd be like, "Oh, snap!" And Tiffany is liked, so yeah, everybody would want to see her win. But with Nia that pissed off and mad, and then she beat Nia and go over, yeah, that'd be a good night.
See, I'm of a different mindset. I think Charlotte is going to choose Tiffany, but I think Tiffany's going to face Nia at the Elimination Chamber.
I'm with that too. Yep, I agree.
And-
I think somehow they're going to turn Tiffany full face before Mania.
And I'm thinking that the Elimination Chamber, they're going to find a way to get Io Sky in there, and she's going to win it and face Rhea.
I don't know how she gets in there.
I think that would be the match to make because they've already planted the seeds for. There being some dissension there.
Is that a big enough match though for Rhea?
I think so. Have they wrestled really?
They just wrestled, didn't they? No, I don't know. I don't know.
Character wise,
have they had a one-on-one?
Right. Character wise, no, right? Yeah.
But do I think Io deserves it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
yes,
Io's dope, yo. Io's Io might be the man.
Io's the most underrated woman on the roster.
So then, you know what's crazy? It's more top women than top men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a lot of women. Yeah, I just told you it's a lot of women.
Yeah, because then who's Bailey facing?
What? Babyface versus babyface. You don't need to.
No, I said who's Bailey? I said who's Bailey facing?
Oh, Bailey. Fuck.
I know it's a lot of top women, bro.
Here's a good thing about Bailey, right? Bailey does a good job at, she's one of the big people, but she does so well at working her storylines where she can kind of be seen in the mid card. So maybe she just does one of the things where we call you pushing somebody else. Maybe she just gets into a storyline and push somebody.
I did watch a video where they was interviewing her, and she did say she was trying to see if she could go to NXT and work with the women, but Triple H was like, no, we still need you here. She was like, as soon as she heard they was opening up, I guess they opened up some type of spot where somebody could help the women in NXT, and she was like, oh.
She might end up going to Stand and Deliver that weekend.
Yeah, so maybe she might go to Mania and face an NXT person that got called up.
Or, kind of like what Energy's saying. Maybe they don't waste the whole Mania match on it, but she's at the NXT Mania in a sense.
Yeah, the Stand and Deliver is that Saturday in between SmackDown and Raw. So, I mean, and they're all three in the same venue, so she might end up doing something there. If nothing else, if they do a women's tag match, they might end up finding a partner for her to go against Liv and Raquel.
And do we think Becky will be back by then? Because if she is, don't give her a match.
Becky and Bayley?
think Becky comes back after Mania.
Yeah, after Mania, okay.
I don't think Becky's coming back at all.
You don't think she's coming back at all?
You a hater.
If she comes back, it'll be after Mania.
I feel like they brought her back. She was kind of face, kind of heel. I feel like nothing popped. Like when she came back last time, I feel like she really didn't do much. I feel like she should just let her I don't know. Obviously she's Becky, but she's not the Becky that was like so over. So I just feel like what is she gonna be doing? Like, I don't know.
I think that's why you get time away, and when she comes back, it'll be something.
She'll get a pop again, bro. She's still over,
She'll be
bro.
all right, but
Oh yeah,
it-
Becky's
and
always
it'll
going to be
never
over.
get back to what it was with the busted nose. That's over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Well,
part's
but I think those are moments. I don't think you can carry that throughout a whole career. I think those are nothing but mere moments.
I mean, Stone Cold did,
over.
In all fairness, right? When you look at when he was on fire to when he was stopped, it really wasn't that long of a run.
That's true too.
No, yeah, I mean, it wasn't years, but it was. I mean, it was years, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? But yeah,
It wasn't a
wasn't
decade.
like-
No, it was,
Right.
it was like 5 or 6 years. Him and The Rock, boy, they both had very short runs. To really be honest with you.
So let me ask you this, Eric: who you think Cena should go against that Mania?
Say that again. Who?
Who you think Cena should go against that Mania?
I think you guys started a good conversation in the sense of I don't know. If so, that's the whole thing. It's all dependent on if Cena wins. Actually, I did have a little wrench in there to throw. But if Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, that's easy, right? He just go face Cody. We can get a good storyline. It's Cena and Cody, two professionals. They're gonna do the All American thing. It's gonna be great, right?
Pass the torch. Yep.
Right. But if he doesn't win that, in which I did think it was crazy to hear you say CM Punk should. If he doesn't win, then maybe this is where they pull the plan B and somehow Orton come back as a bad guy and
My God. We're talking all this. We're talking so much. I forgot about Randy, bro. I forgot about Randy.
Mania? The last
Andy-
time? Matter of fact, hold on, wait. That's bigger than him winning the title. Cena's
Yeah.
last WrestleMania match
Orton.
I mean, I want to win the title eventually. But Cena's
Okay.
last WrestleMania opponent, who would it be?
Yeah.
Randy
Orton.
Orton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I forgot about Orton this whole time. That way,
But
Cena
I
got
ain't
a
gonna
match.
lie, though. So here's my problem though, right? As cool as that just sounds good booking wise, right? But we all know story matters, and I believe they can pull the story together.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a problem is Randy should, in theory, come back and want to have the feud with KO, and if it involves Cody, you know what I mean? I think that really is the right way to go if he comes back. But I do think in Cena's last year, Orton definitely has to bump into him.
Cena.
That has to be a title match.
No, it doesn't.
They don't have to, but
they're
I
both,
would have a problem with
bro.
it being.
They're both 25-year veterans. They don't need no title at all for that match.
It's going to be a title match. It's going to be after Cena gets the belt, or Randy's going to get the belt and Cena's going to
When
be
you
like
can have
the
a
goat.
match that big,
Or
with
you know
no
what? Here's one way they could do it. Cena
I'm
could
gonna tell you
spend
why
all
not.
year chasing that title opportunity, and he could finally get it after Randy gets the belt.
Listen, when you can have a match that big, like Rock Hogan, for example, with no title, you do it because now I got to use my title for another match.
Yep, yeah, but the
So I
thing
don't need a
is,
title for my
like
match.
Cena after the Rumble, he had to change it. Like Anthony said, he came into the press conference. He was like, normally I come in here, I spend too much time answering questions, and today I'm doing something different. Today I'm going to make a statement. I'm not taking any questions. This is what it is. This is what it's going to be. You know, I've spent all my career being a company man. I've always doing what's best for business, blah, blah, blah. And to me, what's best for business now is I win the belt. You know what? Being in the Rumble, being in front of these fans, it put it in perspective. I need the belt. I need to do it for the fans. I need to win 17 so I can shake the hand of the man that wins 18. Like he needs to sit. But
I think he does it, but I think they're gonna drag it because if he wins it at Mania, you got 8 months left with Cena.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be the champion for 8 months.
Exactly. That's why I think he should be. That's why I think somewhere around SummerSlam, Randy should win the title, and then Cena should still be chasing the opportunity. And then towards the end of the run, Cena should basically beat Randy for the belt because him and Randy will be tied at that point with 16 each, right?
No, Randy got 14.
No.
Randy got 15.
Randy had 14. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking Randy had 15.
I see what you were going for, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with the order in which that would happen because then that means Randy hopefully had to run into Cody.
Yeah. Randy would have to.
So-
Randy would have his feud with KO. He would run into Cody. He would have a feud. He would probably beat Cody for the belt, And then he'd have Cena right there. Boom. You know what? It makes sense. We've been doing this for 20 years. You know what? If you were my last opponent, I'm going out on my shield. I'm either going to beat you for that title or I'm going to lose to you for one last time. But either way,
like
we're going to squash it right here and now.
I like what he said because it gives Cena an opponent that's big right now and reigning for his last Mania, and then Cody can face Punk. So it all kind of ties up.
Hold on. So then let me ask this, right? Is there any other way? Do you guys see any other possibility that somebody else wins the Elimination Chamber other than CM Punk or Cena?
No, I think it'll be one of those two.
I mean, because obviously we don't have all the slots filled, but I'm just like, is there any way you guys?
Well, let's face it. Logan Paul's going to be Rey Mysterio next week. He's going to be in there.
All right, so I'll say this, right? Because this is the reason why I brought that up is because let's say, right, even I get somehow storyline doesn't necessarily make sense, but let's say somehow Drew gets in there, Drew wins. That's not. I ain't tripping. Drew earned it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying it to say, really, what if they just do Cena and Punk at Mania?
That'll work too.
One more time, yeah.
That works. That works too.
That's the beautiful thing about where they're at right now. Like I said earlier, the last 12 men in the Rumble, the last 12 men in the Rumble could they're all main eventers. Like they all could potentially be there, so they could all feasibly face each other.
Nah, Drew and Cody have no story. That don't really work. I feel like.
But what if they did a crazy thing and it was Seth versus Cody? I mean,
that kind of works, but didn't Cody beat Seth 3 straight times already?
And remember, Seth was like, "Pick me," the year before, and he said no to him.
I helped you win against Roman, and I put my pride aside. I told you I needed you to fight me, and then I said, you know what? Better for business. Cody wants this title. Let me help him get it against Roman. Let's end Roman. And then he turns around and helps Roman. Screw you, Cody. I'm coming for you. I helped you get it. I'm going to take it from you.
So
you passed me up.
There's definitely story there, but I think it would just be a total missed opportunity because I thought for a million years while Roman Reigns was on top, I thought they're just missing the Seth and Roman opportunity.
Right.
We once, but it was a disqualification. Nobody really won. So, but I think if they have Seth win, then you truly miss out on a good opportunity to get a one-on-one with Roman and Seth, and it would be a huge deal.
Yeah, because they finally got themselves where they could have it. Where before it was like, well, they didn't really like you would have to make it up. No, what just happened? Now we could go there.
And you know what else they got? Because during that 4-year run, as we all know, pretty much every match Roman won by somebody coming out with a hoodie and helping him win or whatever. Now Roman kind of don't. I mean, he's cool with them, but they're not like rolling with him every day. So it'll be really a one-on-one match.
And Mike, the big part you're missing right there is Roman never beat Seth during that entire run.
I know.
That's key.
But now it won't be like, okay, Roman going to win because Jay going to come out and kick somebody in the face. Like, now it's not like that. So I would love to see them fight now without this whole bloodline behind them. So I'll be cool with that.
So I have another speculating question. So now that we've seen this so far up to this point, right? What do you guys think the favor Paul Heyman has for CM Punk? Like, where do you think that comes into play?
SummerSlam?
I don't know now because I feel like they threw that out there to be like something they could pull on, but I don't even know what Paul Heyman could. I feel like whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna like it's not gonna make sense.
Well, it'll make sense when they do it because it'll probably have something to do with Paul turning on Roman and helping Punk get the belt.
I think it's going to be maybe like some way he's going to say Paul worked himself into like either a title match. I feel like it should just be a title match just to really make it feel like, the favor was something. But maybe they work it into he got him into a number 1 contender match that he wins. But I think it should somehow be like, or maybe I don't know. It would be hard. But I'm always still thinking like I know they got that in the back somewhere, and I know they're going to try to work it in something.
We still don't know.
Unless they have it as Seth, going back to Anthony in the beginning, unless they have it as Seth versus Roman, and then the favor is for Punk to get in that triple threat match. I can see that too.
They could play the favor up until next year at Mania. They don't really have to do it right away. Like we
Well,
still don't know what the hell we still don't know what the hell Rock handed Cody Rhodes last year.
That's over. That thing.
That's done.
I don't know how long CM Punk gonna be around also, so that's why I don't think it'll be that long.
And they can't play the favor that long, yo. Fans want to know now what the hell the favor is. They can't play it that long.
I think Punk headlines Mania next year.
I don't even know if Punk gonna be around next year.
He'll be all right.
WrestleMania this year. I think they just need to make Punk win the chamber, go against Cody, give him his moment. He's super popular. He's super over.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the time, and it's like, okay, who would you want to beat Cody? It's only a few people. Punk will be one of them.
Yep. Also, Punk want to be like Daly. He want to go to NXT. He always at NXT now. He loved to go teach or whatever like that. I say you give him this last year.
Yeah.
Let him do this thing.
Well, Punk doesn't necessarily want to win the main event. He wants to be in the main event.
I say title. I say put him in the main event.
So wait. So this is what I'm thinking, right? So are you guys all in the agreement that basically you think both champs are going to lose at WrestleMania?
I don't think so.
No, I'm not agreeing with that. I think Gunther going to lose.
I think Gunther's going to lose. I think Cody's going to retain, probably against Cena.
It depends on who's Cody's going against.
I think if you give me Cody Cena, I think we do get the Cody heel turn. Honestly, that's what I think.
I think it'll be more of a feel good passing the torch moment.
Man, I would love for Cody to like going against Cena and look a little rough, and my man just low blow Cena and rolling up the ropes.
I think you get a Cody heel turn.
You know what what if we have the Cody Cena match and they tease a Cena heel turn?
Nah, he ain't turn the heels last year.
As soon as Cena came out, sat down, said, "Listen, this is gonna be different." I said, "I paused."
Cena's all about making this what the fans want, right? The fans have been wanting a heel turn forever. Like,
not this last
year. We said it when Cena said he was gonna have his farewell tour. We said, "Listen, there's only really two things I could want: the world, him breaking the record, right, which I think is number one, but that feel good in you is him turning heel." Yeah. And I think he could do it really well. And like he said, when he came out and he spoke and it was more serious and everything in me is like, oh, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout.
No, that's what, doing something. That's what y'all said. I want him to break the record. That's what y'all said. I like Flair, so I'm sorry. But that's y'all.
The only issue with Flair is, I don't like him that much. But my thing with Flair is his record, I think they get a chance. Legit. They've been breaking a lot of records recently, right?
It's legit.
They get a chance to
he didn't actually have 16
that record. One, Flair titles ain't even from WWE. It's like, bro, you got the record from all these different places that had nothing to do with WWE. I feel like
that's kind of hard though, because
that was NWA. That was back when the NWA title actually.
That's kind of hard because the Dudleys over some of the 18-time tag team champions, and it's like over like 4 different companies. So
yeah,
I mean you can't say that.
In WWE, they say the Dudleys won the belt 9 times.
Yeah.
Because even when they came back, I was like, how did they come? They was gone for years, came back and they didn't get the title. I was like, damn, they never made 10. They retired from WWE with only being a 9-time champion.
But if you watch Busted Open like he does, they always say they're the most decorated tag team ever because they got 18 championships.
Because they were the first tag team. Well, they're the only tag team to ever hold the WWE, ECW, and the WCW and the TNA tag team title.
Yeah, right, and they count all those titles.
But you don't ever hear they say that with Flair. They just say Flair's the 16-time champion, right? But it's like, bro, how many belts you got from WWE? 2?
And one of those title runs was kind of inflated because he went down to what fucking country was it? Don Morocco or Tino's or anyway, he went over to another country and he defended the belt, and the fans basically would not allow Flair to retain that belt. Like he had to drop it. And by the time they got back, like they didn't recognize that title exchange, so they had to have some kind of story.
To me, once they started counting Charlotte's 2 NXT titles as her reigns, I think all fair at this point because I'm like,
I didn't know they did that too, Big Mike. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they count her 2 NXT title reigns as her part of her total
outside WWE. Historically, the NWA title is one of the most prestigious.
And the crazy part was they weren't actually counting that right? If you watch Charlotte, right, some years ago, they would put like 11. Then all of a sudden, like 1 month, it changed like 13. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And they started counting it out of nowhere. And shit like,
Hold on. What I didn't like is when they did the whole draft thing, and then you had to hand somebody a title that counted as a.
oh, and that counts. That counts too. Yeah,
Like,
that's actually,
what?
yeah.
That's terrible.
So her and
That's-
Becky basically had extra runs because they
They had
traded
extra
belts.
run. Yep. They give it to 14.
Inflated numbers, man. At least Cena had legit title wins.
And Bianca had had the belt and was breaking a record, and I think the record had to be stopped because she had to trade the belts off. Correct?
It did. Yep, she did. She had to trade the belts off, like the SmackDown or Raw title belt or something like that. I mean, I'm seeing it going to get it, and I appreciate, but I don't think it's happened at Mania. That's all I'm saying. Like let it play out.
What would you want more? Would you want Cena just winning at Mania and he go the rest of his time defend it, lose and retire, or him chasing it, win and then retire? And I think the chasing it would probably be better.
I think the chase would be better. The chase is always better.
One, I think chasing it is better. Two, I feel like that we just came from a part-time wrestler with a title who barely defends it. We know Cena gonna go make movies, so I don't want to go back into a part-time wrestler.
Let him win it. Let him win it, and then do what George St. Pierre did: retire as champ.
I think he should win it at like SummerSlam and then lose it like the following month or two or something like that. Let him have it for like a month or two.
If he go heel,
I think he should. Once he wins the belt, I think once he loses it, he should like. If he doesn't win it on his last match, he should definitely lose it. Like lose it and retire.
Well, if he went heel, I would love for him to get it sooner than later and just
Right.
Can't beat him because he's just heel. You know what I mean?
Right. I think he's gonna win it at SummerSlam, like I said, lose later, but then have a few more matches, like a farewell actual tour. But he already gonna have the record. But I also gonna say this: that record will never be broken, and the reason why is because everybody have these long ass title reigns now.
Mm-hmm.
Cena was having, I think Cena won the belt, lost to the Edge, won it back the next month. Like they don't do that no more, whatever. So I feel like that he'll have like the
Stone Cold too. Stone Cold never held it for more than a couple of months at a time.
Yeah, Rock either. They all had like 100-day runs and shit like that. It was very, very different back then. But now, nobody has the belt for less than 300. Now it's like a different thing now. So I feel like that the belt, like Triple H.
Gunther's been a champion like 90% of the time he's been in the company.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it'll never be broken again because Triple H don't like those like short runs for some reason. This is like it's not his thing. And even Charlotte, when Vince was there, like Charlotte would come. I think one time she won lost it the same night. Like it was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I think that's how you get your numbers up, like really, really high. And didn't Edge even like lose the belt on one event and then cash in at like another event?
No. You're talking about the night he turned water into wine like God did. So he lost the world heavyweight
He lost in
championship.
the first chamber, then he came out and grabbed Kofi Kingston and slammed him and slid in the other chamber and won that one.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The same night, like it's like
The same night.
And
don't do
then
that no more.
You got Seth Rollins lost to Randy Orton and then cashed in the main event and beat Roman and Brock.
That is true.
The heist of the century.
Yes, yeah.
I can't remember what belt he lost to Randy. It was either
No, it wasn't for a belt. It was nothing.
Oh, wasn't?
No.
I thought he lost a belt to Randy.
No. He didn't. That was just a regular match.
Okay.
Hey Eric, why you juicing, man?
You can see me over here.
Why you juicing, man?
Told you, man. I'm trying to put on some size, man.
Like your son could beat you in a wrestling match, Anthony. I don't know, man. It might be.
Look, I'm cool now. I just want to come to the ring, man.
Y'all be like Dirty Dom in a ring.
So, do we think that every title is going to be defended at Mania besides the women's tag titles?
No.
Like all these mid-card titles?
That's a good question. So usually they could mess around and not do it, but I don't see why not. If we're going bigger and better and bigger and better, then everything's on the line. Call it 90 champions WrestleMania.
So who's...
I usually would agree, but my only problem is now we got a women's USA and a women's IC. So
That's what I'm saying.
And we got
2 nights at WrestleMania.
I know,
It's going to need to be 3 because, like I said, if we got all these matches that don't have title implications, then how do we fit 11 title matches in?
Like, how are you going to get grudge matches to be resolved and you got all these damn titles?
Yeah, no, I don't see it. Especially if you got somebody like, I'm not saying she's gonna still be the champion, but Chelsea or Michin, they're not getting on fucking Mania. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think they're gonna be defended.
Well, they got the pre-show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe SmackDown night before, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of them are gonna have to be on SmackDown.
So this would be
Or
a
Raw.
star-studded pre-show if they got the tag matches on the pre-show, the women's IC, the women's.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch the pre-show then.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, for sure. And the Triple H gets to the Hall of Fame. I watch
They gotta save something for the Raw after Mania too.
the Raw after Mania too. I don't see all of them being defended.
That's when Becky gonna return.
I can see that too.
That'd be cool.
Do you think maybe that's when like Lyra Valkyria main events that Raw the night after?
Lyra was the championship waiting for
And
her.
who is she defending against?
She's gonna be nobody because she's gonna be champion by then. So.
Damn.
Okay, well, who is Ivy now going to defend against?
Listen, that'd be dope if both of them win if the Creed brothers win the tag championships and
Yeah.
Ivy Knox win the IC.
And that's
Listen,
something else we
honestly-
skipped over. Who do y'all think is training Chad Gable in the dark arts of Lucha Libre? Because I got
I
my
don't care, but listen, before I get to that, honestly, the Creed brothers and the War Raiders will be a great tag team
yeah.
feud. They're
No
both
doubt.
a really good team and they're really good wrestlers, bro. I want to see that feud for like another month. I mean, for a month at least. Like,
But I am tired of hearing the Royal Raiders talk about how they got injured. Oh man, when we get injured, we got injured. I'm like, all right, bro, we hurt.
yeah, they're a good team though. They can wrestle.
No, they are though.
Like,
They're
I
good
thought
characters.
they were stuck in this corny, they're Vikings, but they literally kept the name like still like the Viking personas, but they're like bikers kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, their original gimmick was the War Raiders
Yes. Yeah.
before they went to the Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah, NXT. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically reverted back to their original.
Yep. They just went back to who they really wanted to be.
And then when you talk about AJ came back out of nowhere too, so he gonna get somewhere.
That's right. AJ came back.
So wait. Remember we naming all these people who could possibly, if Cena wasn't fighting for the title, is AJ a bad choice?
No.
Yeah, he won't fight for the title. AJ, not no more.
No. Not saying that.
To wrestle Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad choice. He can wrestle Cena.
All right, so
Yeah.
so let's. I gotta be the one. I know we don't want to hear this, but I mean, then who's winning the Andre Memorial Battle Royal?
Oh my God!
Oh, forgot that was even a match.
Are they still gonna have that?
But last year they had it on SmackDown, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Actually,
Do you
yeah.
listen? Is Jacob Fatu gonna make it to Mania this year? You think?
Damn, in a solo match.
Yeah. Who does he face?
Solo.
I was thinking that too. Solo. I'm thinking the same thing. Jacob and Solo. I can see that happening at Mania.
I think for sure. So that I think that was a great question because now thinking about it, I'm like, oh, he might get left off, but left off as in he don't have a match, but I think he'll probably have some running or something. But I think they're gonna do something crazy with one of the tag belts, have like some like a back in the day TLC type thing or something. I think they're gonna do something crazy at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be like 4 teams or something. I think they're going to get off one crazy match with the tag titles. That's what I thought about when I had mentioned them before. I was like, yeah, one's probably going to get left off, and then they're going to have one on there, but it's going to be some crazy match.
And then, like you said, energy with Braun said to Adam Pearce, who does Braun, face at Mania? It's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, do we think Sheamus getting his moment, or?
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
God.
This year he will.
So long.
He needs
Might as
to.
well let Sheamus get that moment at Mania. But then again, he done lost to Braun so many times. Same thing with Jay, lost to Gunther so many times.
I know.
Well, they can tell the same story this year they did last year with the Intercontinental title, because how many times did Sammy lose to Gunther?
But Jay makes more sense to me, right? Because we know Jay isn't supposed to be this big of a star, and he's going for this. So that makes more sense of, oh, he's losing, but I know I can beat him.
I was talking about Sheamus and Braun, but yeah, that too.
Well, I was going to flip. So now the Sheamus and Braun, we know Sheamus was way up here, and now he's not so much. That's why it almost feels weird now that he's lost so many times. You know what I mean? It don't feel that same redemption story. You just know he ain't never been IC champ,
And that's basically the one thing he wants to do before he retires. That's the only thing he hasn't checked off his bucket list is that IC title.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but not before he retired. He signed a new 4-year deal or something like that. They ain't going nowhere for a while. Actually,
I would like to see him get a little more like serious again. You know, he's
Yeah.
kind of like a good character.
WWE has a. I mean, I said they got women. They got a lot of wrestlers. Period, bro. They got a lot. They got a huge roster, and they're still signing more. Isn't that other guy coming back? The black. What's his name from AEW? Energy. What's the guy's? The black. Something black. Come from
Oh,
AEW.
Aleister
Aleister Black.
Yeah, he's coming
Aleister
back.
Black.
Yeah, he's coming
Malachi
back.
Black,
soon.
Alistair Black. See, that's where I was going to go with the Chad Gable thing, because he actually has a wrestling school called the Dark Arts Academy.
Oh wow.
So I think that's where Chad went to train against luchadors, is Aleister Black's.
Boy, too.
Yeah, so this is cool to hear because I didn't know that he was coming back, so I didn't know his contract was up.
Yeah, his contract is up in mid-February or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really cool to hear because now the whole dark arts thing and everything. First of all, I
And
didn't even
they
take it
keep
serious.
saying it. Like Chad Gable keeps saying the dark arts of lucha libre. So we're like,
Wow.
So this is the thing though, right? I thought, yeah, I'm training with somebody who's supposed to show me these things, right? I didn't think that person was even going to be like a real person. I thought it was just part of the story, like, oh, he's just mentioning it. But now knowing this piece of information, okay, maybe there is something working.
Aleister Black, I think, is going to be the guy.
Also, they got a lot of guys, bro. Like, you know, even I feel bad for the kid Mello. Like he can't win a match. He was big in NXT.
No, but you know what? He's got to earn his way. He's got to earn his way. He's got to pay his dues. But he will be the man. The
only person who really came from NXT and shot up the mountain was Finn.
Breaker got there too. Brian Breaker been doing that too.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens came in and beat John Cena's ass on night one.
I guess, yeah, he had a good. So the thing is, Kevin Owens came kind of sort of heelish a little bit. You know what I mean? So it was like, you're a tough guy. You kind of get that off. But to be a face and come and like that, what Finn did was pretty amazing.
Mello might be too small. I'll be honest with you. Mello's small as hell. I just feel like that I don't know.
I got a feeling that when Trick Williams comes in, he's going to be a bigger star than Mello.
Me too.
I think Mello is just complete though. Like he's got a character, he's got a look, he's got like that. I think he could be a cool heel Shawn Michaels.
Yep. It's crazy because I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, yo, if I ever wrestled, I would have been Mello. I like his music, I like his cockiness. He come out like that, like bro, that would have been me right there.
But you're always losing though, bro. That would have been you. You're probably right.
But you're a heel. You're gonna lose. You're a heel.
Well, then again, he also has wins over Andrade and Braun Strowman.
A count out win, really?
I mean, a win's a win.
As a heel, that's what counts, baby.
I agree with energy. Trick Williams gonna be bigger. I feel like, he literally bigger as well. And Oba Femi, they both gonna be bigger.
Oba Femi's gonna be crazy when he pops on the main roster, man. Jesus,
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't watch NXT, so I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. To be fair, but I got a feeling they always do big dudes bad, so I wouldn't be too hyped about him.
Okay, that makes sense. So.
Yeah, big dudes just don't get the same fair shake. They build them up, and then they become the Big Easy.
Yeah,
or the laughing stock like Greg Khali did.
What's the other dude that was real big? He was flipping and doing all that stuff.
Omos, yeah.
Omos
still in the contract though.
I was surprised he didn't pop in.
Me too.
Man, what's his name? He used to. He was able to get on the rope and do backflips.
Are you talking about that dude that came in with a New Day until the allegations were levied against him?
Well, no, you know what? Not him, but the dude that was before him. Damn, he used to wear the hood sometimes.
He wrestled at AEW. Big dude.
Keith Lee?
Yeah, there you go.
What's his name?
Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee. Yeah.
He still wrestled? Well, we have AEW. What do we like that?
Swerve Strickland too.
Oh.
Yeah. Swerve. Yeah. I'm watching Mello like, man, bro. But maybe in a year, maybe he'll,
No, I think he's right though. I mean, they could pull off some good Shawn Michaels type stuff with him.
They could, yeah. They could. Maybe he might need to get into a tag team. I hate to say it, but I don't know.
I think what you do with him is this is gonna sound crazy. You let him be the leader of a little group.
Yeah, something like that. You're right.
Mello?
Yeah, Mello. Be the leader of a little group. And I mean, bro, he's good on the mic. He can wrestle. I feel like he got the it factor, but he just gotta pay his dues. You know
So
what I mean?
I think if you put him in a faction, it's gonna be hard to now look at him anything else because we only have this little bit of data of him being him, and we think it's good enough. But if you put him in a faction, and who knows how long he's in it, everything will get a little blurred. I think you just keep
No.
him doing it.
I said he'd be the leader of a faction.
Yeah, but if he's running the faction and he's still paying dues, then that means the faction ain't really gonna be.
Who else is in that faction?
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like Chad and them. Unfortunately, Chad's sucking the life out of them, but it's making Chad look good. That's what I'm saying.
But but Chad still isn't like I think Melo could be a big star. I really do think he could. And I feel like if like this is the thing, right? We don't think Chad could win a world championship or nothing, you know? So yeah, he looked good, but I think Chad's ceiling is an IC belt and a big applause.
Well, that's because it's too late.
A big applause. Chad's a better wrestler than Metal, though. I want to be honest.
No, here's the thing. If Chad started off where he is now, it'd have been golden. But Chad just, shorty G, like, are we seeing right now? So the thing is, Melo, I feel like if Melo could pull off being like the leader of a little team and like, he get a little more star power by bossing people. Because right now he talk tough, but then people look at him, man, get out of here. But if he could
But again, who's on that team?
Back to him and it just make him look bigger than what he is, and then break away. I think that might help.
I feel like they gotta start feeding him opponents that he can actually beat. They put him in with Priest, Cody, all these guys, even Big Jim. He's losing to them. He gotta get like maybe face the Miz or I don't know, somebody like he can just beat real quick.
So yeah, I agree. They could give him somebody mid Carter that he could just beat straight up and give him some real oomph. But I ain't gonna lie, I think they could just let him get the dirty victories over guys like Damian Priest, Cody. I think he can play that role perfect.
Yeah, I swear to God, I've never seen him.
And he's cocky enough to say, you know what, a dirty win is still a win, baby.
I have never seen him pull off his finisher on the main roster yet. Even when he beat Andrade, it was like roll-ups and crazy. I've never seen him pull his finisher on the main roster yet.
I don't like his finish.
I don't like it either, but I've never seen him get pulled off. Have you? Anybody seen it?
I don't like it just because, I mean, I've done leg drops a lot, and I can tell you from experience it wears on your spine. And doing that top rope leg drop, I don't like it for his future. It's gonna do some damage to him.
Well, that's why Hogan got so many hip surgeries. Hogan, because of the leg drops. Like
Matt Hardy.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Wait, that's what his special is, that leg drop off the top rope?
Yeah, have you ever seen it get hit? I've never seen it get hit.
He's hit it one time a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, I swear he did it once, but
even the ones he got against Andrade, he didn't hit the move at all. I'm like, I don't know when. Like he didn't finish him, maybe. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's my point is that's a part of it. You got to have a finish that people look forward to, or that you go and hit and get wins from it. Like these little roll up wins or cheating wins, like. You got to have something more.
Well, hell, Bret the Hitman Hart, what was his finisher?
Sharpshooter.
But what move did he use to win more matches than any other?
Singles matches?
It was a small package. Yeah, Bret Hart won more matches with a small package than he did with a sharpshooter.
On pay-per-views?
Across the board.
That was back in the day.
Across the board. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, there's a whole montage of Bret Hart tap outs with sharpshooters. I don't smell that shit at all, or whatever. So,
there's a montage of that, but I mean, look up a montage of him winning matches with small package.
Yeah, but you don't remember him from small package. I mean, if you're
I don't.
No, not a lot of people don't. But honestly, like who has the record for most submission wins? Who has the Guinness record for most submission wins? It's Natalia.
I don't know who the hell's looking that up. Actually a thing?
Yeah, it's Natalia.
Natalia.
Yeah, they was talking a couple times about her with some Guinness World. She got a couple Guinness World.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
She got all these records, but like no only couple title runs.
But they were talking to her a couple of months ago about that, and she mentioned having the record. And somebody asked her about Bret, and she was like, "No, most of his wins were with small packages."
I don't know, but I gotta look that up myself. I don't know.
Maybe not on TV.
Right, because I never see that shit.
Well, no, I just no.
That's a Mandela effect, though.
Yeah, I can see what Energy's saying to be true. And obviously I wasn't watching, right, when he was doing his thing. But I could see it to be true because, like he said, or like Big Mike said, whenever you see the montages, you always see the sharpshooter and whatnot. But I'm thinking like, oh yeah, probably at pay-per-views is when they got that off. But I could see on regular Monday nights and stuff, which happened way more, he probably was rolling people up.
Hell, even Al Snow, when he was training kids, he was like, "What is my finishing move?" And somebody said the snowplow, and he was like, "How many matches did I win with the snowplow?" And they were like, he was like, "Exactly. All my wins came from hitting somebody with a foreign object. I hit him with a mannequin head. My finishing move was a foreign object."
Yeah, but you just gotta hit it though. Like whether you win or not with it, you gotta hit it at least at one time.
Yeah.
No one even hit the shit or whatever. Like it's like rarely you even like you see Priest when he was a heel, South of Heaven chokeslam every time. 1, 2, 3. You never see a Priest small package or a Priest roll
But you can't call
See
it a
that South
finishing
of
move
Heaven.
until you beat like 100 people with it.
every time. 100 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I never heard that before, but that's that inside stuff.
Yeah.
All right, look, man, we're gonna go all night. We got through the Rumble. Eric, anything you wanted to touch on that you wasn't a part of?
No, I think anything I could think of or that you guys got my brain going, I think I thought of. The only thing I thought maybe was a question of this, as if like, what do you guys think they were going to do with Solo? But I think even then you guys kind of already threw that out there. So I think everything's covered for me.
One thing that we didn't point on that I kind of wanted to bring up earlier is what do y'all think about Shinsuke creeping in the background of Priest and LA Knight?
I don't really.
What do you think? What do you think plans are with Shinsuke?
I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I don't get too. I think WWE is smart enough to just throw stuff out there to see what fans react to and see what they can do. I never get excited when somebody walked in the background with a shirt on. Like that never gets me. I know it does get some people, but so I'm not gonna make anything bigger than that because they could totally.
Well, no, he was creeping back like he was listening to the conversation. But am I the only one excited about the potential of a group between LA Knight, Damian Priest, and R-Truth?
Yep.
I want that faction.
When he said
I want that faction. Damn it.
It would be comedic, but I feel like it is it gonna bring down the other. It'd be good for R-Truth.
Yeah, it'd be great for Truth.
You know.
I don't know. I think there'd be something there. I think Priest and Knight can make that work.
That was funny that he even said that, and the fact that they didn't say no.
Yeah.
Character. I love when he was like, LA Knight was like, what? Priest was like,
just let it go, man. Is that the way we get back to turning LA Knight heel?
I would love to see him get a push, but hey, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he fizzled, man.
I don't think he fizzled. So. I think there's too much going on.
Yeah.
I'll say this, right? I'll say this before we go, actually. How Jay won the Royal Rumble, if Jay doesn't come about with this big yeet thing, it would be LA Knight.
Hold on, wait, say that again?
If Jay doesn't come out and like this yeet thing be as big as it was, I think LA Knight would be in his place. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So pretty much, we were saying earlier, gimmicks, right? Like at the end of the day, Jay walked into this, right? Somehow Jay was smart enough, but I said it. It was always when he was at that other country and they put the lights out and when they had
in Paris, France,
the phones and he was doing the thing and the phones was rocking. I think the world was like, and after that it was really over. It was like, it was really dope. So I think LA Knight thing is really like he is catchy and marketable and he can wrestle and he's better on he's obviously better
He's
than
good on the mic.
Jay. Just this whole thing is. So I can see that.
And they did finally do something in the Rumble that I've been waiting for them to do. With the trade-offs, the yay boo thing, they finally did the yeah yeet.
Yeah.
I think they screwed Knight a couple years ago when he first had the singles match versus Roman out of nowhere. He was going to lose. Then he got inside that 4-way. He was going to lose. I think they messed him up by putting him in heavyweight and title matches so soon while he was already, going up.
No, I don't think it's so bad because it lets you know that's the picture he's in. And I'm always okay with that. I like the guys who are up here. So for me, I believe he is up there. And I just think they just got to find a way to work him back. They just got to find a way to work him back.
My problem was I'm with Big Mike. When they made him go against Roman so abruptly, I almost felt like the WWE management was like telling the fans to shut the hell up. Y'all
Yeah,
keep
basically.
LA Knight. He is not what we want. So you know what? We're gonna give him a match, and he got trashed by Roman. And then it's
Yep.
like, oh, you got your match.
But-
And after
but-
that, it was like, all right, well now what? Because you don't gave us what we would have loved him to build up to, but now you gave it to him, he didn't get it. So it's like,
But you can still see him in that top tier, though. Like I said, the last 12 guys in the Rumble, you had Jey Uso, you had Sami Zayn, you had LA Knight in there. They were like the only three that have never been world champion on Logan Paul and Dominic. So there were like 5 guys of that dozen that haven't been world champion, but you still had AJ Styles, you had Drew McIntyre, you had Braun Strowman, you had Damian Priest, you had all these guys that Sammy and LA Knight and all of them are hanging with. I mean, I think
if it was previous, like I said, previous era WWE booking where guys would get title runs for 3-6 months, blah blah blah. I think LA Knight would have won or would be winning now. But because they make you a champion now and want you to carry the company for a year, I don't think LA Knight has a chance to be
you haven't had this many guys in that upper echelon at one time since the Attitude Era.
But during that era, they would all get a bite at the apple. None are not.
I don't know why, but I have this feeling after WrestleMania, I think that's what's literally going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too.
well, so think about it. When Seth finally dropped the world,
That was over a year.
It didn't play hot potato for a bit. It was a little, you get it, and then Gunther grabbed it.
Well, not really hot potato. I mean, Drew had it for 5 minutes, and then Priest held it until Gunther took it.
And I'm going to have it forever. Something like that at that point.
I mean, think about it. Damien didn't have it for that long, so you had literally 3 champions, and
Damien was unfortunately he was a transitional champion. He was a transition to Gunther.
It also solidified Damien as a main player. I don't view him as the biggest guy, but he is a main player now.
Yeah, he's world championship material.
Yes,
and that's why he chumped off the werewolf.
But is he though? Because didn't they get take it from him because they realized he's not selling tickets after he was champion?
I think the plan was always to let Gunther have it eventually. But I think Priest's problem was all them botches, and some of them weren't his fault. When his foot got tied up in the rope, and then the next month he forgot to kick out, or he wasn't supposed to kick out, or whatever. Drew's music came late, whatever. Yeah.
Because if he was super over selling mad merch champion, trust me, I don't care what the plan was. They would have kept him a champion. And they were like, all right, we're done with you.
No, but I do think he did a great job for not really being over beforehand. But the moment he got the belt, he did do a thing. Fans were riding with him and stuff. So I do give him some credit. It wasn't like he held the belt and it was boring. He held his end up.
I will say this, the perfect timing for him, what helped him was the whole Judgment Day thing.
Yeah.
Because before him trying to stand on his own and be this good champion, he still had a whole crew and the whole him and Finn, and so you was able it was kind of pulled a little curtain over that he wasn't really the guy yet because
and that was the whole purpose of the Judgment Day.
It was like, nah, you still had some stuff going on, but you was champion. You know what I mean? Then you got Liv in there, and so.
But the whole purpose of the Judgment Day from the time it was created was to get Priest over.
Well, to get him over, help Rhea out,
and
I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably in my own little corner, hoping my man Finn got one more run in him.
Hey, you ain't alone. You ain't alone.
Hey, bro, I'm not giving up on Finn run until he retires.
I'm not.
Finn might get a run, yo. Look, what it say? Listen to Finn and you win. So I don't know.
Listen, that's the most cheated I felt in wrestling. Listen, I'm about to say it. I'm more cheated over Finn getting injured than if Cena don't get the 17.
I will say too, Braun Strowman looked pretty pissed off that he didn't catch Finn.
Yeah.
I'm saying I've never seen someone get the push he did and then didn't get a chance to see what would have happened. I never seen that ever. He was, dude. Listen, Roman was the dude. They made him win his Fatal 5-Way. Roman win his Fatal 5-Way, and they made him beat Roman, then beat Seth to become the first ever Universal Champion. He was so over with the whole demon, with everything, and then he get injured. I feel like if I had a Dragon Ball, if I had one wish, if I had a time machine, you'd be like, what would you do? I'm going back and making sure Finn didn't get injured. Because I need to know. Oh no.
Well, I was gonna say I have to go, gentlemen, but I had to make this one comment real quick. I would agree with you about the whole. I'm more mad about the Finn thing and versus Cena getting this breaking the record. I would have agreed until I got Cena back now, and I know this is possible. And now that it's possible, I just can't agree with you.
All right, I guess you're right. All right, because it's in the hand. Because it's
Yes.
yeah. If it was like Cena were already retired, you'd be like, I'd rather that. But because you can get it, you're like, nah.
Yeah. No. I don't want
like I
nobody
said,
to be looking thinking that
like I said, I've always been one of the biggest Cena haters on the planet, but I kind of want to see him get that 17. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Cena hater, but I wouldn't mind. Yeah,
any last thing y'all guys want to add before we close out?
Nah, man, good show. I'm loving Raw on Netflix only because I can't start watching it late and then fast forward where I want to go to a fast forward past little ads, stuff like that. So
Right.
I'm good. Good stuff.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'm loving. I can't wait to everything come to Netflix. That's
yes.
Yeah.
Because I actually want to start watching NXT to see if I can catch up. It's going to take a while, but I canceled my Peacock. So now I don't even know how I could watch NXT.
See,
I'm pretty sure they probably will bring it all on Netflix when they do.
Oh, you canceled Peacock?
Dude, I got to the point where I was never watching the pay. I allegedly watched the pay-per-views on something else.
Oh.
No, you watch it on my Peacock account. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. That's it.
I said, you watch on my Peacock account. That's what you do.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So the problem is Peacock, you can't rewind it. I almost never watch wrestling on time. So the pay-per-view, I'll start, and let's say I want to start the pay-per-view 20 minutes later. You got to wait till the whole pay-per-view's over and like 4 hours later to rewind it. It just got to the point where I wasn't watching Peacock and I found myself watching it on something else. And it's like, bro, what's the point of me paying for Peacock? Because I only got it for wrestling.
I you know what? I never thought about that. Like, I watched SmackDown allegedly somewhere else. I forgot I watched PLEs there too. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about SmackDown.
See, I decided to watch
Peacock too.
I decided to start watching NXT at the worst time because we got a new satellite company, and the new satellite company doesn't have CW, and we got it right when NXT went to CW. So
Wait. SmackDown is
no, SmackDown's on USA. NXT's on CW.
No. Mike was saying he something about watching SmackDown on Peacock.
I was saying I watched SmackDown. I don't have USA on the thing, right? Allegedly, but
okay.
I didn't realize I could watch PLEs there too the whole time.
Yes.
And I got Peacock. I'm like, I can get rid of my Peacock too now.
Bro, you think about it. As smooth as you watching SmackDowns,
right?
Bro, you can watch the pay-per-view.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start doing that.
I'm telling you, I kept saying that for months, and I was like, nah, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, that's like this. I think Peacock like $13 a month, something like that. So I'm like, rid of it, bitch, for real.
I stopped watching that. I canceled that a couple months ago.
Smart move.
And mind you, I just watched the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And I'm talking to y'all like nothing.
And I'm like you, bro. I don't never watch it when it comes on. I try to wait so I can fast forward. So you want to rewind? I want to fast forward past all the ads on the PLE. So I don't like watching what's happening, but I gotta wait so long to watch the replay.
You gotta wait so long with Peacock.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, guys.
All right, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, Rumble was a great show. Love the unpredictability.
Energy, man. Thanks for doing your homework, man, and having everything broken down. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would like to say, that's dope, Energy. That's dope. It gives some structure, so that's dope.
That's right.
Yeah, because I would have forgot a lot of those little things that happened, but that was really cool.
Well, like I said, there's so many things that when a Royal Rumble is done correctly, that's the way it should be. There should be a lot of little things to take away from it, whether it's the start of a feud, whether it's a callback to something from years ago. There's always something.
Yeah. And I got one thing to say for your household, Energy. Huntress, you better be ready for tomorrow.
You hearing this?
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy said you better be ready for tomorrow.
That's right.
GM Day.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Hey, Huntress, let's go.
So if I make it home in time.
She said if she makes it home in time.
Come on.
You should be home.
Tonight and tell Energy. Tell us.
35.
The stream don't start until 4:30.
I might have to go to Wiggins.
It was up.
All right, guys. You guys have a good
All
night.
right,
Huh?
man. I'm out
See you
too. Have a
tomorrow.
good one, fellas. All right, peace.
What was you going to say, Cowboy?
No, I'm just saying, she could like figure it out and tell you. Like we can still put her vote in, and she
Yeah,
can
that's
figure
what I
it
was
out.
thinking too. Because
Yeah,
she
and
might have to
can-
go out of town after she gets off of work in the afternoon.
Okay, gotcha. Man,
She can still be in the chat though.
I gotta still figure out when I'm coming, man.
If you want to, we can set it up around the summertime because I know Hot Pocket's going to try to get his girlfriend down here from Canada right around the time that I have my birthday party, which is usually mid-July.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm up for whatever. But I did just take off. So my buddy's getting married. Like, I'm Matt. M3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I just took off work. So I will be going to his wedding. So
Yeah.
that will be in the beginning of May, and I
Yeah.
think Rain said I think graduates in May, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure it all out. But,
Yeah, my birthday is July 12th, and I usually take a whole week off for work, and
Okay.
I'll tell you off stream about some of the reasons there. But yeah, I'm always off for a whole week, so then they'll give us a whole week to go to restaurants or do whatever we want to do. So instead of having to work around work schedules and whatnot.
Yeah, like because my wife, when she's out of training, she's gonna. So we'll probably try to figure it out because when she's out of training, her schedule's gonna be a little crazy. But
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like long hours. But yeah, we'll definitely figure it out.
All right, definitely.
At least want to be there. It'd be very cool to be there for a couple.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even if you're in here for like 2 or 3 days, like I said, we got like 3 restaurants we want to take y'all to, and the creamery. And we got to take y'all to the creamery.
At least 2 days would be cool.
Yeah. And we got to take y'all to the creamery that's right up the road from our house because they have some of the best ice cream.
Ooh, and I love ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's homemade.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let me get out of here. Man, I'll see you tomorrow, brother. Again,
I'll be there.
I appreciate it. You know how it is, man. I enjoyed all the moments that we had. It's just a lot of fun. And
thanks for having me, man. I'll probably end up texting you later tonight too.
All right, cool.
All right, cool.
Guys,
Have a good night, man.
Tomorrow we got We Wrestle Wednesdays, and then just putting out daily vlogs for you guys. But what I did do is I put out a bunch of vlogs. Let's actually go to this to show you guys. I put out a bunch of vlogs on YouTube. So if you are a channel member, check this out. So if you guys are a channel member, you go over to membership and look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vlogs that's there if you're a channel member. And I just been putting them up. This I put 9 days ago, 3 days ago, 1 day ago, 22 hours ago, 6 hours ago. So I just been banging them out because I record so much and I just have a bunch of videos just sitting there. So what I've told myself is I want to keep trying to catch up with my videos and then just put them there for the channel members. And then I still will release one a day. I was actually even thinking that maybe I'll release one every other day to allow people to be able to watch them all. And I still try to make them less than 5 minutes. So, not taking up too much of your time. But I feel like if I only put them out once every other day, I'll just have too many videos because I record a lot. So maybe once I get to the point where I'm caught up with almost all the videos I've been recording since I moved. And then mind you, I still got videos from before I moved. But check it out. This one, we went to this one event that was really cool that my wife's friend have, and she actually makes her own cups and all this type of merchandise. I got all her information in the video. This one, I installed my disk drive for my PS5 Pro, so I show a how-to video. This one, I was just reflecting on, moving to Florida, man, from New Jersey. This one, we go to the Walmart, and our local Walmart has a Domino's inside of it, and we had some of the most amazing pizza. This one is kind of silly, really short, but my wife was watching a video to show you how to properly tie your robe. And this one is our realtor. He came over. My wife made for the first time ever a cowboy casserole. It was amazing, and so it was a lot of fun, fun video. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate you guys being a part of the channel. And I'm the Cowboy King of Entertainment, aka Anthony L. Lewis. And with that being said, you people are epic. The stream was epic. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, Mama. Break it down. No, like write it down.
Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment.